sorry. It's up to Jesse. He's the one talking.
Well, anyone. I didn't want to like fully interrupt. Go ahead, Jesse.
You're fine. No, do you want to do your your?
I can do that later.
Spiel for your table.
No, I'll do that right before I play the video. But if you guys are saying interesting things, please don't stop. Please go ahead.
Go ahead. No, I thought you were doing your video thing. But anyway, Jesse, what were you saying about the recordings?
Oh, well, just 2 points that she was already basically guilty from the first time that Epstein was in jail. Like all the evidence that there was on Epstein, it was him and Ghislaine, all of the things, the multiple witnesses, all of that. She was a part of it. So that was one thing. And the other thing about the question about if there's surveillance cameras all over the house or not, like that's also in the report of the Office of Professional Responsibility report. Like it does reference that. Like and several other people, I've saw some interviews, like eyewitness interviews. I put them in the. I think I put that in one of the channels, but
she argued for one. Yeah, she said there was one room she remembers seeing a camera in, just one room.
Well, there was a room where no, I saw a video. And who are you referring to?
Her.
There's the tape and audio. Yeah.
Well, there was
the audio and
video
the
that
transcript.
I saw.
Hey, good.
Oh, there was a video that I saw about somebody, like she was describing a room where she walked in where she can see like when people are watching the surveillance cameras, so she could see the screens. And she says she saw like the bathroom, bedroom, and like private area.
Wait, I have a question though. So she's being this is recent, right? This isn't like some conversation that happened a while ago.
Yeah, it's not that long.
July.
Not that long ago.
Okay. And so they just used a tape recorder? Like, why is it so grainy?
They used the 1980s tape recorder.
I mean, because you can use a simple iPhone. You can use the voice memo, and it's clear. It's very clear.
Yeah.
It's not a recording.
They used the cassette tape. That's what it's got to be. They used the cassette tape.
In 2005?
2025.
Until 2025? Like what? I don't understand.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It's grainy as fuck. I don't know what. There's no reason why this audio sounds as bad as it does in 2025. He could have used his cell phone to record this.
In particular, her, by the way, because the guy sounded clear. Maybe the mic was like pointed at the Todd Blanche guy instead of the person we want to actually hear from. Mic? Well, yeah, exactly.
Right. But the mic would be able to pick up because you can set it up to pick up like both, like surround versus like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Still, you point the mic at her, right? Instead of yourself.
She sounded like Minnie Mouse. She was barely heard.
And actually, Dubster, someone brought up a point. I watched this one video talking about it, and this guy's suspicion is like, every time there's like a question like this, all of a sudden they take a break, and it's like. Like some of the questions maybe people want to hear from the most. I think I'm trying to like think of one off the top of my head, but
I just remember
there's no video.
That was his suspicion.
I can't accept there's no video.
No, she plays dumb for everything. The 30 minutes I listened to was on the second day, the first part, and it was about how come Jeffrey Epstein put $30 million in your bank account over 10 years.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, he used that account to buy himself a helicopter. And then he also gave me money, but I don't know why he gave me money. But I did have some businesses, and he wanted to keep me propped up for my businesses. So he would just put money in there randomly to help me out because I needed to be independent.
Also,
I never spent that money. You can see I never took out that money with my cards or with me going to a bank to get that money out.
No, you got to be clear here because I think she was saying that there were several accounts in her name that she had nothing to do with, basically.
She also said that, but fraud, they were talking about one. the way they were asking her, it sounded like they were asking her about one specific account that received $30 million over like 10 years.
Yeah.
Why? Why narrow it down like that? Like,
because they didn't get anything from her anyway.
Yeah, they got nothing, but somehow they didn't reduce her sentence, but they
surprising.
moved her to like a more like a minimum security, like the most minimum, I guess, security prison. As far as what I've heard. Yeah.
From the maximum security.
Yeah, and possible work release.
So like what Epstein?
Yeah. Yeah.
And she gave them nothing. You would think if you're getting immunity, you're giving them something. She gave them fucking nothing, according to
Maybe that's what they wanted. Is nothing.
Exactly.
There's some leading questions, and then like the breaks, right? Right. It'd be something like, do you think Jeffrey Epstein killed himself? Right, and then they go to break. Actually, do you want? Yeah, let's take a break right now. They like walk away, come back, whatever time later. Yes.
She would be asking for the breaks, or him?
Maybe the lawyer in the room. It's like some we can't see them, so we don't know if someone's like indicating something, or we can't see, right? But they'll come back, and then maybe it's like getting the story straight. Who fucking knows? Be honest with you. But they come back, and then she'll be like, "Yeah, I don't think he killed himself." Right? And then she's like, "Yeah, guys and like people in jail, they kill each other all the time. That's why that probably happened." Like, she doesn't imply like any type of like conspiracy thing. It's more of the stereotype, right? You're in jail, you get killed, you can get killed. That was her idea of the situation.
So she's talking over with their lawyer about
possibly.
What?
Or who they're telling us is Ghislaine Maxwell.
Fair enough.
I'm just being honest, because I'm just saying.
No video. I can't accept that.
Listen,
with video.
Listen, I won't lie.
I'm ready to have those conversations.
I won't lie.
And part of that, what I listened to...
The reason they didn't do videos because it would get deleted. That's why.
Get edited.
Was the copyright?
And they asked her about like 100 people. How do you know them? And what do you know about how you knew them? And was it you that introduced them to Epstein, or was Epstein introducing them to you? And it really never was like any of them did anything corrupt in any sense.
It's more to me. That's more still like leading the witness or leading the questions. That's what that looks like to me. Like, why would you just name you tell me what you know, and then I'll confirm. Like, okay, I've heard of this name, and maybe ask a question about that name that she brings up. Don't just deliver a fucking list unless you know there's like innocent people there, and you know there's guilty people there. Then you do that. But in this circumstance where the administration is claiming to know nothing about anything, there's no chance you fucking bring that up to her. Like, give her names? Are you kidding me? Why would you do that? I'd be like, yo, you name everyone you can think of. If you keep digging and digging and you get nowhere, then fucking bring up some sort of
like
quote unquote
the worst
list.
Police work ever.
Yeah. It's like stupid. It's really dumb.
Yeah.
All right. I'm very, very curious. what confirmations that Michael Tracey got from this recorded interview. I'm very curious, but I'll do my little intro first. Welcome to Brick Road. I'm Jordan, and today we're going to listen to Michael Tracey and I guess discuss other things about the Ghislaine Maxwell prison interview. It's just going to be a little bit of a roller coaster, I guess. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, check out the Discord link if you want to join that. All links, description box. Please check them out. Yes. All right. Like, any words want to be said, or let's just fucking dig in, right? Pause.
Is he gonna open with "I told you, I told you, I told you"?
Can you imagine? He's getting confirmations from this Ghislaine Maxwell thing. Would be batshit crazy. But you know what? Someone told me like, "Hey, you gonna make a video about this?" I'm like, not Michael Tracey, just on the whole thing in general. And I can kind of explain the things that I witnessed or saw from either the recording or reading through the transcript, and then we'll have Michael Tracey as like a backdrop. I guess be like the counter to that. I don't know. Whatever. We're here for information. Why not? Let's fucking do it. Without further ado, Michael Tracey. I read Ghislaine Maxwell's entire prison interview, and I'm here to enlighten you. Here we go. Hopefully the volume's good.
It's so dramatic.
I'm sorry, we can get into the Epstein stuff soon, or the Maxwell transcript soon, but
soon.
With his furrowed
really
brows every time. Like, oh my God, this bear.
Not even trying to hide that he's deploying the punitive power of the state on his own personal behalf. Obviously, his followers will interpret any deployment of the punitive power of the state on his own behalf as also on their behalf because they view him as a tribune, right? But the Bolton raid last Friday.
Hold on. Here's how the Washington Post describes it. Okay.
I mean, I have the order in front of me here.
It says pushing courts to reconsider the legality of burning the Americans. Is that an executive order?
Okay. I thought. Okay. Skip. They do transcripts, I guess.
The imminent lawless action standard. So he's like he's repurposing.
Yeah. Let me. The name of the video is I assumed. Sorry. Let me find it real fast. Got to keep my reactions real. Like I'd never seen it before.
Maxwell.
Okay, so 20-something minutes.
23 minutes.
Nah, we're still here. No, I think they're. Okay. Did not say her name the entire time. I'm sure it's wreckage no matter what, so I think I'm gonna start just somewhere around here. Fuck it. Here we go.
People should have.
You should compare what Grok.
Probably
Epstein.
He'll probably maybe try that. Let's talk about Bolton beforehand. No. No.
Cash Patel.
Okay, we drew people here about Epstein. Okay, yeah.
That's fine.
Let's finally give them what they've wanted. 19 minutes.
Yeah, 20
later.
minutes.
Okay.
Good God.
Proclivities.
Yeah. Anyways, we drew people here about Epstein. And Ghislaine.
Let's finally give them for a little
what
bit.
they've wanted.
Oh, I have a bone to pick with you. You said that you just dumped it into GPT, and that was sufficient for you. You're almost as bad as the dopey podcasters now.
No, they don't do that much.
Name them.
They don't
Michael.
look at ChatGPT and then look at the document. They just hear somebody who talked to somebody who talked to somebody.
AI God.
Where are the intellectuals?
Tell me what you somehow subjectively determine are the most important parts of this testimony.
I mean, I control F and then look.
That's literally
I told
anything
it what's kind
ever.
of important. I mean, it's like what, like 400.
Every narrative.
It's not my beat.
No, every narrative is going to be based on the aspects
fair,
that you pick out.
I had nothing better to do but read it.
Okay.
In its entirety.
I suppose a
And
little
everyone's
pompous,
going to do
like
it differently every time.
Which is
it's gonna it's the way you ask it the question.
Yeah.
Also
And the very
it.
basic journalism school would agree with that state. They would be like, what are you talking about? It's very subjective. They don't even claim that it is quote unquote objective. No such thing.
Is there a sense
you have to read it with your eyes. Read the whole thing.
Is there a sense of pompous, everyone else is just using AI? I'm the real journalist thing. Like I have a theory with them in regards to that, but I can't say that's true. It makes me think when I hear statements like that.
He plays into the curmudgeon kind of character. So.
All right, here we go.
Fine. People should have.
You should compare what Super Grok would say are the most important parts versus Chat GPT.
I don't care.
Yeah, probably wouldn't be too much of a difference at this point. Anyways,
it depends on how you ask.
Ghislaine seems innocent of everything. This seems completely.
She seems innocent.
Let's go back. What was kind of the evidence? The evidence is that she recruited at least 2 underage women. Is that what it was? That's what she was convicted for?
That's the accusation.
Well, I mean, so you can pull up the charges.
Ghislaine will be back in polite society.
in terms of what the jury convicted her of.
Can you imagine? She's on national TV. And you're like,
not
guilty. He's like, I told all you. Michael Tracey's just like,
she'll be at
every single one.
She'll be at Gavin Newsom's inauguration in 2028 with the Groypers. It's just fuck it. Chaos.
Remember what she was charged with and convicted of. All we got to see is what she was charged of. The whole case was completely classified.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, this guy said this, not even being the guy on the left. He's being sarcastic while saying that. He's like, yeah, so like, she's like, I get the feeling that she's innocent, right? And it's just like,
no, he believes that.
Let me hear you go over information first, guys. Like, I don't understand. Like, maybe they have some sort of mind-blowing evidence that just showcases, look, she's innocent. I told you. Like, but I thought you guys were asking for the truth, not for innocence or guilt, but just, okay, get rid of the conspiracy theories. We want to focus on straight up what is the truth of the case. So this would prove to me, or maybe not prove, but like showcase evidence towards like, oh, you guys are looking for this person to be innocent based on some weird pathological, in my humble opinion, pathological phenomenon from the skulls of these two fucking dweebs.
Yeah, this it's a pathological aversion to like conspiracy, I guess, or being associated.
Yeah, like where the real
with anything considered.
Have you ever been
the
there?
Exact
huh?
word.
Have you ever been? That shit.
The exact phrase you're looking for is confirmation bias. He's seeking out to confirm his own bias.
I don't know what in this interview thing said like, here's confirmed she's not guilty. But let's find out.
What he's looking for is absence of proof. So he's trying to confirm the absence of proof and treating that as proof.
So it's proving a negative?
Well, it's kind of it's such a low bar to get to that goal. But what you're looking for, or the way he's trying to do is say, look, there's nothing here that tells, that there was some huge, enormous conspiracy with all of those, like the worst case.
Yeah, there wasn't interdimensional beings.
So what is
it? Got it, Michael Tracy.
So then what is it? So then what is it? What's the theory? Like what is the proposed scenario?
It's called drop the case.
He doesn't have to do that. Because, well, I'm not saying he doesn't have to. I'm saying, like, the way he's structuring it, it's like he's just basically attacking, like, just making like, he hasn't burdened himself with an actual, like, premise of what the truth was.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He doesn't make that claim.
I'd rather hear arguments about, like, oh, Jeffrey Epstein is just, like, a foundation, an entity that they've been using to launder money. That sounds more interesting than.
No, he can't. The way he's on, like the track he's on, he can't accept any of that shit. It has to be some single.
Oh, so his brain would break.
Solo pervert. Yeah, solo pervert doing perverted shit. That's it.
The CIA would have to put that in a document and share that with everyone.
Okay.
All right, let's see what evidence from this thing. From this conversation that they have. Here we go.
Richard Hanina.
That's his name? What's that? Richard...
Hernia.
Richard Hernia, a.k.a. Dick Hernia. Here we go.
So she was convicted of conspiracy to entice a minor to travel to engage in illegal sex acts. She was acquitted, actually, of one of the charges. She was acquitted of the most more serious charges.
Is he her lawyer?
Enticing a minor to travel.
Were you in the courtroom?
To engage in illegal sex acts. So she was acquitted of the more direct claim that she would have been the one to make the enticement rather than just conspiring in a conspiracy to entice the minor, right? And let's remember that this conspiracy consisted, that the government alleged, and that the so-called victims alleged, consisted of two people.
She was in a conspiracy. And so that means...
Wait, because the government alleged it's only two people, that means it's only two people. According
so it can't be a conspiracy?
Pathological
conspiracy.
Well,
it's pathological sweat beard. Thank you.
So that's what we're saying, right? That's what we're saying. It's 2 people. Now, if I recall correctly, when Epstein did the first deal, there were more than when the co-conspirators were given immunity, or however they word that. It wasn't just for one person. Like, so Epstein was guilty, and he gave immunity to I forget how many people, but there was more than one person. So that means there's more than 2 people total that were involved.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
All right. Here we go.
So she was in a conspiracy, and so that means that
she was convicted of conspiracy, but in the main. Although, let me finish. So she was convicted of conspiracy to transport a minor with intent to engage in illegal sex acts. She was convicted of
She's just a small town
transporting
girl
a minor with intent to
living
engage
in a lonely
illegal
world.
sex acts. Conspiracy to commit sex trafficking of a minor, and sex trafficking of a minor. So they throw in all these like kind of redundant charges to basically to just stack the deck essentially. And if there's like a minor like loophole potentially in one of them, they can get her convicted.
Okay.
They stack the
That's
deck
crazy.
But the core like evidential.
What does stacking the deck mean?
So what's the government's
they're just
plan
putting
there? Are they targeting her? Is that what he's saying? They targeted Ghislaine.
I guess so. She's a victim of government.
Yeah. So they could have thrown 500 charges at her, but throwing 4 charges at her is somehow stacking the deck.
They were redundant. I guess it's cases, or what are they called?
Yeah, but like
and I can say that without knowing any of the evidence from the court case.
Stacking the deck.
It's classified.
To arrange something in a dishonest way, in order to achieve the results that you want. It's basically cheating.
He's saying the whole thing's faulty, I think.
Throwing the book. He. A better way of saying is throwing the book at her with multiple charges.
Yeah, but okay, like I understand that concept in general of like, let's just like add a bunch of charges, they'll plead out, and we'll drop some of the charges, right? That's typically like what you I guess would see, right? But it wouldn't be something like, well, let's stack it, like let's add child sex trafficking, right? That wouldn't be something, right? It'd be like
that's like
maybe like laundering or tax evasion or something like that. Okay, we'll throw that out. Don't worry about that.
They'll add it like, oh yeah, we're going to add indecent exposure too, right? Like to your, like just to kind of when the officer or whoever wants to be a dick, you know, and they just like add random things.
Yeah.
And that does happen. Oh. So like that's a real thing, but like it's usually not like sex trafficking of minors versus enticement of minors. It's like those are not really
but
stacking the deck.
Wouldn't the thing we learned? Wouldn't that be the thing that where they let's say they threw the book at her, right? Wouldn't that be the thing that got whittled down through, I guess, trial and negotiations between defense and prosecution, right? Wouldn't that be one of the things that get whittled down to like 4 charges instead of like what possibly was there originally? Or unless he's saying like those were just straight up the original charges. Maybe that's the case.
So stacking the deck means, in real practical terms, all the police have is like petty theft, but they want to charge you with a murder. So then they throw 3 more charges above the petty theft. That's the real idea of stacking the deck.
Well, there's different ways to quote unquote stack the deck. I understand the concept. That's not the problem. It was more just I guess like what would like sex, sexual enticement, or what is it called, trafficking charges are not really stacking the deck type of cases. Those are like very serious felonies.
Well,
so
I'm saying, in my opinion, Michael Tracey's version of stacking the decks, like because of his confirmation bias, is saying she's innocent, so they're stacking the deck against her. My opinion is she's guilty. They only threw 4 charges at her, while they could have thrown 500 charges at her.
I'm not leaping to there personally, but I don't know.
But I'm saying, hold on. What I'm saying is by what I've heard through the years about this, not seeing any of the court cases, just like Michael Tracey, I could assume the higher number, and he's going to assume the lower number, and he's saying the lower number is stacking the deck. I'm saying they let her off easy with just 4 charges.
Yeah, I know that though, but why is he? I guess I'm just confused as to why he's attached himself to this crusade.
We're all in the mystery world right now with this shit.
Let's not make any conspiracies like he might be in the files or anything.
And by the way, the dumpster idea, if it was like petty theft, what they would do is like, all right, we're gonna charge you with breaking and entering, or right, like oh, you did something with like a lethal weapon or some shit like that, like while you're doing a robbery, and then we can whittle it down and
sprinkle some crack on him.
Yeah, get you to plead guilty at the end and say like, okay, petty theft. Only give me a little bit of time instead of like multiple years. But all right, let's get back to this. The Michael.
But there's
Tracey
different contexts that it's been used in. So, but it's the same thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Except, to answer your question, Michael Tracey, why is he doing this? None of us have an idea, but I would go as far as to say maybe he's a co-conspirator.
I've heard the idea. I'm sorry, Michael. Michael, if that was asked to you, I'm not gonna be like, leave Michael alone. Like, I'm getting out of the way. Like, Michael, answer the question. What's up? Because your behavior, to me at least, is fucking weird as shit. And I've heard in the comments, and I heard you guys. No one fucking gets it. No one fucking gets it. No one knows why. So, all right, let's see if they have something solid here from Michael Tracey and what's it called? Dick Hernia.
Dick Hernia.
Dick Hernia. All right, here we go.
Cherry basis for all of this is
reminds me of Bourdain for a little bit, like a little bit.
I mean, I think I told you that after
long face
at the end of the trial, when the judge basically had to give jury instructions, or I think she actually made this instruction earlier, and this was otherwise extremely ridiculously pro prosecution judge. She ended up telling the jurers that 2 of the 4 supposed victims,
the deck was stacked against her. Basically,
could not
Michael's point of view
be used as a basis for them to convict Maxwell of illegal sex acts. Or in other words,
this is like Candace Owens going after the Brigitte Macron.
Constituted illegal sexual
activity. I don't know. It's like your white whale
to establish a pattern, or
whatever,
to
Jonas.
Why is this your crusade?
Fill in kind of the vista of what Maxwell had supposedly done, and so there was one victim who purported that she was 14, right? Her name was Carolyn Adriano. And
did he just name a victim?
At the trial, she said that she was schizophrenic and that she was hearing voices that were telling her that sex traffickers were going to come and abduct her children.
Forgive me, but like, this could possibly be scumbaggery. What the fuck is this? You better have something with you, Michael Tracey, because if you're going this way to like just to exonerate, I guess, Ghislaine Maxwell. And listen, I'm a person that leaves room for everyone. So like, yeah, if you have evidence, bring it to the table. That's one thing. But you're doing like extra shit. It smells like. It smells extra. Yeah, just notorious schizophrenic. Notorious. She heard voices in her head.
Yeah.
That can happen from trauma, Michael. Michael, that can happen from trauma. You know that, right?
I thought Pam Bondi told him not to attack victims.
The second witness, she has like 30 unpaid parking tickets. If I start hearing shit like this, Michael Tracey, I swear to God, you little sweaty little fuck. You sweaty little dweebo.
While when he started talking about this specific thing, I guess it would be his left eyebrow went way up.
He's on a fucking crusade. Or his whale, his like, Moby Dick to hop on. He's looking for a Moby Dick to hop on. Sorry, Jesse.
This is towards the disgust area. Like when he's talking about this girl, like you can see it in his face. Like
he has a big smile on his face. Like it's fucking.
Well, the smile and the
weird
eyebrow went way up.
Dick Hernia is definitely a weirdo. I'm just saying.
Okay, stuff. I'll be honest.
To the guy.
Well, this stuff. I'll be honest. I haven't looked into so directly about all that shit. But like, let's go off the fucking. I want to hear them about the audio from audio or transcript from the Ghislaine Maxwell conversation. Here we go. But that's a weird thing to bring up.
Hold on.
Yeah, God.
His appeal to authority is like the administration, where the administration said, we're not gonna do anything to expose any more of the victims. And here he is directly talking about one of the victims.
Yeah, but it's
I'm assuming this is a transcript or something. Like I'm assuming, or it's some way public. I don't think he's like revealing something that's not public.
It could be.
I'm not saying he's revealing. I'm not saying he's revealing because I don't know
well, he's
who
pressed
this person
about
is
something.
talking about. But he is getting
emailing...
into the character. He is getting into the character of this so-called victim.
And the character of the judge too, who is pro-prosecution judge, as he called it. So yeah, everything's like all cards are all decks stacked against Ghislaine Maxwell because he's almost painting a picture of witch hunt, basically. Like they're just targeting.
They used the schizo to attack my hero Ghislaine Maxwell.
Oh, to defend Shield.
I wish you well.
To stop conspiracy.
Well, he was emailing Brianna Joy Gray about her description on the video. Like to me, it's like, dude, what? No offense. I'm just not really. Again, not that you can't help make somebody make a correction, but like, unless it's my channel, like, I'm not really like, and I'm looking for something very specific. Like, I'm just not really like that. I don't know. It's just somebody. Okay, the description still says it's, and I haven't heard back from Bree. I'm still waiting on an email. It's like I hope she never emails you back just for that. Like, fuck you. Excuse me.
Well, she's talking about the Whitney Webb video that Michael Tracey made on the same channel that I'm going to link in the description box. So, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
He then later died of a drug overdose. So, I mean, this was obviously a troubled person, and the jurors were being asked to rely on her testimony about events that occurred 20 years before.
It doesn't make it wrong if she's schizophrenic or has drug problems, Michael Tracey. You fucking idiot.
Believe beyond a reasonable doubt that was a credible testimony, and the jurors were convinced of doing so in part because, as I think I might have told you,
this is the same thing as like. Sorry, pause it. It's the same thing as the people who make the argument about like, oh, George Floyd punched a pregnant woman in the stomach, and you're crying for him. It's like,
exactly.
What?
Yeah, this lady's a drug user. Yeah.
Nothing to do with what a hardcore journalist might do in regards to reading the situation, making character assessments.
Well,
it's like a weird.
I will give him this as a witness to something. If they do have schizophrenia, it brings it into question what they witnessed.
No, it's all welcome, Dubster. Dubster, it's all welcome. It's all welcome. It's just the way he like. I don't smell that from this guy as being like a quote unquote hardcore true journalist.
Let me finish. They still let the person testify in court, and then the cross-examination from the other side can bring that into question, and let the jury decide: do you believe this person with schizophrenia have credibility or not? They're still allowed to give their testimony.
Yes. That's fair enough, but it's just like it seems like he's trying to exonerate and then show you audio or something, and be like, "See, look." So when you hear her say, "Like, I wasn't even there, I didn't see anything," it makes it believable at that point, right? Which is, I don't think what he's supposed to be. Well, he can do what he wants, right, with his life and his words and all that stuff, but I don't think that's the correct way to go about things, personally. But he's sweaty.
I'm just trying to clarify for everybody to understand that aspect of things. Like, well, sometimes there's jail crimes and there's a murder or something, and another inmate is a witness to it, and they testify. Yes, their credibility.
But he's not even that concerned with those details. I'm just being honest. Like, I don't.
Right, I get it.
Cares.
But he's not doing it like that. He is literally. Yes, he's smearing her.
No, yeah, he's got his eye on something. Like, he's here for a reason, and I'm like, whose weapon are you? Like, what is this? What is this? It's weird. It's like almost he's like a been programmed to like wind me up and watch me go. Like it's weird.
He's working for Daly because everyone needs a towel when they're sweating this much. All right, here we go. Good.
Oh,
Okay, good.
Just ironically, like he's the anti-conspiracy crusade here, when he's basically resembling what we've been watching on Alex Jones's, like the way he's just narrating things and gulping, like just
Alex
saying,
Jones is perfect for him.
Just picking out information willy-nilly. Yeah. All right, here we go. Hopefully to get actually to the audio and transcripts. Here we go.
Convinced of doing so, in part because, as I think I might have told you like a month ago now or a few weeks ago, there was one juror who lied or who like made a very grave omission on his juror questionnaire and didn't disclose that he claimed that he was sexually abused as a child, and he used that claimed experience.
Incorrect.
Oh, please ran away. Rant
The
No,
jury
that's
wasn't
actually-
credible.
I'm
The
not
jury
saying
wasn't
that-
credible either.
I'm not saying that doesn't happen, but it's like, what are you doing? Like, are you in a hotel somewhere? Like, you know what I mean? With like files.
Do you think he's saying it's a witch hunt, right?
spiraling.
I'm not tripping on it. He's saying it's a witch hunt, basically. At least so far.
While he's
Actually,
on a
he's
witch
fine.
hunt. While he is literally on a witch hunt. I'm just saying.
He is currently Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer, saying this should have been a mistrial.
Literally.
The
literally
jury,
our lawyer.
the jury is partisan.
Okay. I'm curious. Okay, what mistake did the jury make? Maybe it was, some really big mistake. So.
Like, was it a questionnaire? Was it a
It wasn't-
survey thing to find out if you're suitable to be a juror in the first place? Or did they
Yeah,
lie about the case
he is
itself?
biased.
He did
He's
say
biased.
questionnaire. I
Okay.
heard him say
So
questionnaire.
he's not saying they lied during the case itself. They lied during a questionnaire. Now, I
Yeah,
wonder
they have
if
to
Michael
see
brings that
if
up.
They should discard them.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah,
do you
jury
have a
selection.
bias
Yeah,
towards-
jury selection.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Let's find out. I'm very curious. Here we go.
Grave omission on his juror questionnaire, and didn't disclose that he claimed that he was sexually abused as a child, and that he used that claimed experience to give a big stirring speech in the jury's deliberation room, saying like, based on his experience having been sexually abused, you need to believe.
Pause.
Let him finish it.
Even though other jurors had misgivings about their credibility.
What evidence?
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard that.
How did you
That'd be wild.
how do you ever find that out?
They don't ask you that. I mean,
No,
maybe unless you're like in
said,
maybe
no,
if you're
what's
maybe
being
they ask
said
you
in
that
the jury room.
if you're going to be in a jury and it involves some sort of case with like
I think they would in this
pedophilia,
case,
that would make sense. So that would make sense that would be on the questionnaire. So I take that back. But I'm thinking of like other.
Now,
fair enough.
Yeah, what he said.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that like because you could have a totally different perspective on it.
Yeah,
even if that did happen to you. So like it doesn't mean that rules you out.
Hold on, Seb. You're like if they're doing jury selection, right? And the guy's like, yeah, I was sexually abused. Let me be on the jury. They'd be like, no, because it's too close to home for you. You might be biased. That'd be a reason to get rid of you, not to keep you on the fucking jury, right?
Exactly.
Right. Or is Michael saying they lied about that? Yeah, good.
Maybe that's the point he's going to make.
Hey, good, Dubster.
The part that is significant is the other thing he said, which is he did a speech in the jury room. How the fuck did you ever hear about that?
I guess it was probably recorded by the.
No. I think they could talk about it after it's done, maybe.
A jury can choose to speak publicly about things, but they are never obligated to. So, did a jury member go public with that somewhere? Or
like, hey guys, I lied about being sexually abused, and I gave this whole speech.
No.
Please
or another jury.
No, anybody.
No. Another.
How would you know they're lying about that, though?
Right. Well,
I just am like,
if that was said, that would be national fucking news. Why have I never heard of that? One of the jury members in Ghislaine Maxwell's case said this one jury member did
him and Alan Dershowitz
did a speech in the jury room to us.
Dubster is a cover-up to protect the government against Ghislaine Maxwell.
He's actually Alan Dershowitz's page, and yeah.
Jesus, man.
I want to hear this
Yeah,
again.
can you play that again?
Here we go.
A month ago now, or a few weeks ago, there was one juror who lied or who like made a very grave omission on his juror questionnaire and didn't disclose that he claimed that he was sexually abused as a child, and that he used that claimed experience to give a big.
Okay, so he lied about, like, he said he wasn't sexually.
He was sexually abused, but he said he wasn't.
No. The juror said he was he claimed he was sexually abused, but didn't put it on the questionnaire. That's what he's saying. Like, he omitted that information about himself while trying to get on.
Yes, he lied. Yeah, he omitted that information, but then claimed that he actually was, even though he said he wasn't in the questionnaire. But it's like, maybe in the questionnaire he didn't want it in writing. Maybe he would rather just like talk about it. Okay. That is very much like because maybe you don't want to fucking put that. Maybe you know what? I don't want to put that in writing. I don't, because that's weird. It's like, have you been sexually abused? What happened? Who touched you? Like, I don't want to write that.
Yeah. He's
talking about completely understand that.
He used his experience in the discussion that jury has to deliberate and say, no, wait, I understand how this works, and this is what happens, and this happened to me, and he used it while talking to the other jurors. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
The guy, like, basically is runaway jury. Like, this guy was on a vendetta, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna purposely get jury duty, then purposely like find my way into
throw the book at her.
Yeah, find my way amongst the 12.
Throw the book at her.
No, like, he's like, this guy like infiltrated, basically. I infiltrated, and then I'm like, hey guys, listen, I'll be honest, I got sexually abused, and this is what it's like, and this is why she's guilty. And then I guess the speech moved the room or something. That's how you can get a
mistrial, probably.
Yes, actually, that would actually be something like that, for sure.
Maybe he wasn't even thinking about it that way, and it kind of just came up.
Someone tell Ghislaine's lawyers. Someone tell Ghislaine lawyer what breaking news from Michael Tracey. That could actually save her client.
Somebody might not want to put that on a questionnaire.
True.
I understand. Like, I completely straight. I understand why somebody wouldn't want to write that down, or you know what I'm saying? Like, that's.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's like a case about like racism or something, right? And then if you like, basically if it's something that is like you get asked, well, usually it's more like abuse, or a DUI. Well, have you had a DUI? Okay, or are you going to empathize with them? And they want to basically rip out people from the jury pool that might actually understand it.
More likely, like, you have a family member that got killed by like a drunk driver or something, right?
Yeah,
and you lie about it to get on the fucking jury. But I get what you're saying, Subs, as in like, I'm not just gonna fucking disclose that. And then maybe they have like an emotional moment inside of the jury room and they say something.
Yeah, I feel like that happens all the time. Like, that would be a very normal reaction, in my opinion, because it's like such a personal thing that you to.
But it does sully the thing. It does do that, right?
No, absolutely, and maybe, but some people might not see it that way. Like, straight up, just that happens too a lot. So it's like, but this fucking asshole auditor bitch, like, it's like, oh no, the I is not dotted, the T is not crossed. Like,
yes,
refile again.
Yes, Michael. Someone can experience that and still like judge the case like what they would normally do, regardless of circumstance or whatever the fuck. And people could actually listen and still judge. You know,
and that kind of insight is so valuable, in my opinion.
This makes her innocent.
So lacking.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
All right,
so
here we go.
Preach, Izzy.
We're barely making it through this motherfucker. Here we go.
My
Michael Tracey's a fucking crazy person. Here we go.
Omission on his juror questionnaire, and didn't disclose that he claimed that he was sexually abused as a child, and that he used that claimed experience to give a big stirring speech in the jury's deliberation room, saying, like, based on his experience having been sexually abused, we need to believe all these victims, even though other jurors had misgivings about their credibility.
What evidence did they have besides the testimony?
I mean, there was evidence. They used flight logs and stuff. They used in terms of Carolyn. I'm trying to remember now what other evidence was furnished. I think
he can't remember any of that shit. But he can remember the things he told us.
He asked what other evidence do you have? And he's like, well, let me go back to the person I called a paranoid schizophrenic. Let me go to them and see if I can pull something. Like, he just went there like that. Like, Let's let it play. Let's let it play. Let's give it some time, some room.
The person he called a schizophrenic.
Yes.
And
exactly.
saying like, "Oh, she was in the flight logs." Oh, really?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's let it play. Here we go.
Now, what other evidence was furnished? I think there was. I think Carolyn did potentially go to the Palm Beach house, but she was like with her mother. It's not even clear. Like Ghislaine, I think disputes that she was even 14 when she first would have encountered them, which I think is probable. But she was, a minor at least when certain things happened. But
So we don't have like.
here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. To the extent that Carolyn claimed that she was ever sex trafficked by anyone,
Still focus on one person.
she claimed that she was trafficked by Virginia Gouffre. She claimed Virginia. I'm serious. Virginia. She says. Carolyn says.
Okay, that wouldn't surprise me because that's what you would
responsible for
groom the person to do, is to groom others. Like that. Like usually the people who are grooming are victims of grooming. Hello?
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. That's not like, oh, gotcha. Fuck you. Fuck this guy.
He just needs to discredit Virginia Gouffre.
He's been doing that forever.
Yeah,
and she discredits herself, but it's like, that's not the point. That's not the point.
All right.
It is to him.
Let's give it some legs. Here we go.
Sorry.
Facilitating Carolyn coming to provide sexualized massages or even being present during a sexualized massage. It's not even entirely clear to what degree Carolyn might have been in a sexualized situation. And then Virginia would tell him, lie about your age. Right? So,
and so the conspiracy.
But this was probably someone who was.
So he thought a 14-year-old was 18
somehow accused Ghislaine Maxwell of sex trafficking. Ghislaine Maxwell really had nothing that anybody can.
First of all, every girl would tell you that because you would get fake IDs to lie about your age and get into the fucking club. Hello? What are you talking about?
True.
Everybody, even if you weren't sex trafficking, you were lying about your age to get into the club when you were under 21. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Virginia,
undisputable.
He just said, hold on. You just said Virginia told her to.
Yeah, just say that you're older so you can get in. Yeah. That's like normal.
No,
sorry.
No,
it doesn't belong to the.
It's more. No. It's more about Michael Tracey and his specific. I gotta discredit Virginia Gouffre every time I talk about this.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's like lying about your age to get into the club or wherever. Very normal.
The more I hear this guy talk, the more I think like someone did something to him or someone's got something. It's not in the sense of like giant conspiracy thing, but more of some girl was 16 and claimed to be older, and Michael Tracey maybe fell for that. It like actually smells in that direction, which is
and he is pure. He is like, like I'm gonna end every single.
They tried to lie on me.
Trollop. Just fucking frolicking around the interwebs.
The reason he just said what he said.
She's gonna get Harvey out.
The reason he said what he said was, I was like, oh yeah, Virginia told this girl to just lie about your age, meaning like, yeah, Epstein got just tricked by a bunch of girls saying they were over 18, I guess. Granted, it's still
Virginia
creepy. It's still extremely creepy, right? Like, oh, you're 18, come on in. Like, what the fuck, dude? In my humble opinion, but yeah, all right, let's keep playing. Here we go.
He's got gray hair at this point. Remember that. Don't forget that part. Epstein's got gray hair at this point.
Yeah, but
plus all the girls were doing. People were doing that to get.
Yeah.
When you're underage.
All right, here we go.
Thing you do.
Here we go.
Was brought forward to somehow accuse Ghislaine Maxwell of sex trafficking. Ghislaine Maxwell really had nothing that anybody can discern to do with what I call, like in that article, the Palm Beach sort of situation that did arise in the early 2000s with Epstein, where, according to Maxwell, he was apparently on like disturbingly high doses of testosterone. And he did end up in a situation.
Now, that's in the files. I read that part, or listened to it too, where he's on testosterone and all of a sudden his behavior changed. Right? She brought, like, Maxwell brought up, like, okay, he was getting like one massage. Rage. Yeah, but he was getting like one massage a day, right? And she'd find random. She said, "Oh no, but there like sometimes it'd be like some older lady, some older man. It didn't matter, just one masseuse a day." Then all of a sudden, Jeffrey hopped on fucking testosterone, and now he's getting 2 or 3 masseuses a day. and they're younger girls, but they don't know. She doesn't know where
From
their
14.
age is, and
From
yeah.
14. Around 16 typically. From 14. Yeah.
No.
Ghislaine
According to her,
participated.
he's going off of her testimony. I'm saying.
Well, I'm going off of like what their actual ages were in the original batch of like. I mean, maybe they didn't know exactly. Okay, she looks older, but that's a ways from 18.
But that's fair enough, Jesse. But I'm taking let's say Michael ignores all that stuff and focuses on just the fucking testimony so far, right? Or sorry, he's just going off the testimony right now of Jeffrey Epstein on fucking testosterone and shit. And if you take Ghislaine's word for it, and it's like, oh no, I didn't see anything. And she said Jeffrey had 2 different planes. One, you couldn't really do anything in the back room. The other one, there was like a curtain and a bed in the back room, and he disappeared with the fucking masseuse, right? And he's like, oh well, I don't know what age they are. I don't know, right? And it's like, I say that I want to use her direct words just to be like, is that exonerating enough? Because for Michael Tracey, it might be. But for the rest of us, probably not. Probably not good enough, right?
No, and also, I'm so sorry, but I can't just take it at face value. Like, where is this conversation happening? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's hard for me to just like suspend that and okay, I'm just gonna engage with like this is what she was just saying. It's like no fucking way. Like what?
Sebs, I'm saying if you just take her words for it, let's say whether it's her or not, whatever, the words we got in the transcript and in the fucking video, in the recording, it still sounds fucking nuts. It still sounds fucking crazy. That's my point. Even if you...
I agree. From what you're saying, the stuff that she said sounds crazy.
Yeah. She comes off the biggest ditch you've ever fucking heard of if you listen to what she says in this transcript shit.
Yes. And
I could see that.
There's a part where she brings
clueless about everything.
Yes, and there's a part where she brings up.
But that could be an act.
It could be an act, but the words she says are still like, oh, listen, I'm not stupid. Like, hey guys, hey Ghislaine or people or whoever, Todd Blanche, I'm not fucking stupid. It still comes off as like sus to me. That's what I'm saying. Okay, let's go through her words, Michael. Let's do that.
It was an interview though, right? Like,
but why is he taking that as like the holy grail of? Sorry,
I'm saying he can do that. It's like, but the point he's going to bring up from the tape is going to be like, is that good? That's not good enough, Michael. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's like you're wrecking yourself by like trying to use these words as proof of exoneration or innocence or whatever. It's not going to work.
That's why he's attacking character. That's why he's attacking people's character.
Yeah, and he's bringing up things that aren't in the transcripts. Yeah. And once again, there's a part where Jeffrey's disappear, like according to Ghislaine Maxwell in this interview. There's a part where Jeffrey's disappearing with some 40s. She said like, oh, she's like 40 years old, something lady, right? And he's disappearing with her, doing like multiple massages a day, right? And she's like, oh wow, I feel so stupid for not realizing what was happening. I'm like, come on, lady, get the fuck out of here. You know all the dirty, freaky shit you've done with Jeffrey Epstein. When you see these signs, you're not like jealous or worried or is this guy cheating on me or something. You're not doing no thoughts like that popped into his head into her head. According to her, no, she had no suspicions of anything. That's why I'm saying like her words on themselves are like kind of like damning in a way, unless you're just like really just naive to the max degree. Yeah, go ahead.
When Ghislaine Maxwell has her.
Give it a shot. Go ahead. Go ahead, Dubster.
Sorry.
I can't say her first fucking name.
Ghislaine.
Ghislaine is crazy though. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's not new on YellBro.
I pictured an R in there for 20 years now, or 10 years, or whatever it is. But anyway, when she has her appeal, Michael Tracey's going to write into the court and say, I 100% believe her, and everyone else in America does too.
Based on a special individual's recommendation,
you're gonna make me sick.
You are free of all charges. Slams the gavel. Wait, what? Michael will be cheering in the background. Yeah, baby.
This
in
is
your
so
face.
suspicious.
In your
I think he's
face.
setting that up. Like he's participating in
He's gonna be extra sweaty that day. Fuck my life.
So by the time Don gives the pardon, like it's like you put
It's
enough
like, yeah,
doubt.
she should have been pardoned. Why is everybody mad at Trump
Yeah.
for doing something that he should?
It's
So
funny.
what I want to say about
when he does something good.
this being an interview is the context of it, because essentially we're trying to weigh information and like does this like what happened, and in a court, which this is not a court, right? But in a court, you don't just like you get one person examining the person, but then you have the other lawyer also examining. So you don't just ask like questions like an interview, but you're like, wait, but what about this? Or you said this, or all of these things like really get further down, right?
Oh, yeah, you'll have
And
like clerks and people double checking, triple checking shit and making sure.
Yeah, and it's also not a police interrogation either. They're not interrogating. They're
right, and,
When you're
and that's
building a
what the
case.
context that I wanted to bring into this is actually just kind of an interview that they gave her, not that same type of like the rigor is not even expected, right? They're trying to get
No.
information in a certain way for certain
By
purposes.
giving her names and having her tell you stuff about them. So like you're in control of everything that's going to be discussed in terms of like the people that'll be brought up.
Nothing was disputed.
Right?
Nothing was disputed. No
And we
feet
don't even
to
know the
fire
situation.
in this
Like,
interview.
did they have a gun to her head? Like, what was happening?
No.
I'm just saying.
The earliest statements
There was
are
no
about
pushback.
Trump. The earliest statements are about Trump and now how
So what did she say about Trump?
He's a nice guy. I liked him. I didn't meet him too many times. I don't know his relationship with Jeffrey. All that stuff.
I met him before I met Epstein.
I mean, the guy who can pardon her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I don't think she. No, she did meet him before Epstein. Her father introduced her to Donald Trump, and she said, "Oh, my dad spoke highly of him, and I love him as president." I think there's a line in there like, "I love him as president. He's a great president," or something like that. He's a great guy. He never did anything wrong. He's always upstanding. He's very gentlemanlike. Like shit like that was being said over and over again.
That sounds crazy. That sounds insane.
But then again, she got a nicer jail cell, so why not say that if that's her?
No, but I'm saying, like, how do you believe that? Like, oh yeah,
that's what I'm trying to get to.
Things that all of a sudden make him look like what? I know. I'm just.
That's where I'm at. That's what I'm like. I want to hear Michael make this work. Make it make sense, bro. Come on, Michael. You got it, bro. Make this shit work.
Go ahead.
Pause. All right, here we go.
Hold on.
Oh my dear Lord,
No.
what do you got? God.
Get it, Bobby.
So Robert Maxwell died in 1991, November 5th, 1991. Epstein may have never met Maxwell.
I don't know that one.
What?
I don't know. Like
well,
when
no,
they
I'm
first
saying
met.
I just looked it up. He died 1991. Ghislaine says she met Epstein 1991.
He may have met her.
They may have.
I remember reading something there, but I don't remember exactly what date, what year or date she said.
Well, you're making it sound like that she would have introduced the father, as opposed to him knowing the father first.
And then meeting her. I don't know which way it worked out, but I'm just saying he died in the same year she met him.
Yeah. Either way, let's get back to this, please. Here we go.
Basically, just a huge. There was like a roster of teenage girls. Many of whom were from the local high school. I mean, please. I mean, if you're got married in your 50s and you have all this potential exposure given your wealth and everything, and you think that's a good idea for you to get involved with, whether or not they're 18, I mean, you have something that's a little iffy going on.
I agree.
Potentially. And
wait, so Virginia, could Virginia Giuffre have been charged? She was
theoretically, yes. Sure,
wow.
She could have.
And she was how old when she was supposedly trafficking this?
Well,
girl?
she
I think 16, 17.
She initially claimed that she was 15. Like they kept revising her age and the time frame. When Virginia Giuffre supposedly first encountered Epstein and/or Maxwell. So she initially tried to claim it was 15, and they kind of revised it up to 16. And I think it's pretty well established now that when she first would have encountered Epstein, for any kind of sexual act, it would have been 17. Okay, so I'm not. I think it's possible, maybe even likely, that Virginia Giuffre, to the extent that she had this relationship with Epstein, did perhaps provide some sexualized services to him or whatever, because like she was basically, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but she was basically like a proud prostitute at the time. I mean, she claimed that she had been molested when she was like 7 or 8 years old.
What the fuck?
He just called an underage girl a proud prostitute.
So let's not stop. Let's hear it. I want to hear it. Like,
because like she was basically, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but she was basically like a proud prostitute at the time. I mean, she claimed that she had been molested when she was like 7 or 8 years old, and then she was sex trafficked. There was this cinematic moment where she was
thinking about
runaway.
the reservation.
She ran away from some kind of like youth rehabilitation center, and she went to Miami, and she was sitting on a bench, and a limo pulls up, and in this cinematic scene that's like fit for a Hollywood movie, maybe Harvey Weinstein would have produced it at one point. Some like notorious sex trafficker opens the door and sees her on the bench and says, "Hey, Virginia, hop in." And then
what the fuck?
He's storytelling, like narrative, like
I mean,
dramatic.
This is crazy. Yeah. And he's acting like this is so bizarre. Like there are groups of girls that hang around and they might develop a little bit faster and they have friends and they have sleepovers, which is why my mom never let me go to sleepovers ever. Ever. I was never allowed because it's literally this exact kind of scenario. And yeah. So, and I'm just saying, like, there are things that have happened that that you wouldn't even think about happening in people's homes, whether it's like, you know, their parents might be in on certain things, and yeah, and you don't know that. They seem like a perfect family, so.
But it's
just good to be careful. But these things happen, like, and they happen everywhere. It's not a conspiracy.
Yeah, but well, I'm not gonna judge in any scenario. I'm just saying, like, what Michael seems to be doing is actually jumping into her mind and then like trying to showcase that this is what her mind works like. When he showcased no sense of credibility in regards to that at all.
Yeah.
While Giggles over there chuckles.
Come into the mansion.
While little boy in the corner giggles over there. All right, here we go.
And that sex trafficker supposedly sex traffics her to somebody else. And this is all before the time that she even claimed that she encountered Maxwell and/or Epstein. And you know, I mean, there's a good deal of evidence that she and her boyfriend, who was, I don't know, that boyfriend could have been charged with stuff too, if you want to be technical about it, because the boyfriend was like 4 or 5 years older than her, I think, but she was a minor.
Yeah, why don't you get him instead of leave Ghislaine alone?
And yeah, I think there's evidence that they kind of had this little this little scheme going, this little racket going, where they would, you know, go around basically recruiting or enticing or, you know, trafficking girls like within her age group, but maybe younger, to go and get $200 from Epstein if they just do this sexualized massage routine.
You gotta let them finish the point so you have context for why you're.
So, Virginia Giuffre is the actual human trafficker here. This is where he's at now.
Yeah, that's essentially what he's saying right now, is that she's the actual culprit and they actually enticed and tricked Epstein.
And her boyfriend and her are the actual geniuses.
No, he's just saying she's complicit, even though she's complaining about it. He's basically calling her a hypocrite.
It's Michael Tracey, man. Michael Tracey is just, what do you call it when you
a sweaty weirdo?
He's exonerated.
He's a clammy weirdo.
And Maxwell. And Virginia Giuffre is the mastermind, actual human trafficker.
Well, let's hear him out, because I'm sure he left some exits for himself. Let's hear where he goes. I really want to get to the audio, the fucking interview part, but he's just, I guess he's just like enlightening us right now, and then we're gonna get the other stuff later.
For his title.
Yeah, where I got it from. All right, here we go.
So Virginia Giuffre could have been charged. She probably and she definitely could have been charged for perjured testimony. I mean, she's the one who said in depositions and submitted affidavits, etc., making all these outlandish Alan Dershowitz claims and then recanted them. And that's supposed to be prosecutable.
It's not good enough, Michael. We already went over that in the other
there's
video.
Nothing to tie Ghislaine. Like, there's nothing, and really, except these testimonies.
Very little. I mean, she says at one point that there were like 40 plus claimed victims that the government identified for the purposes of this Crime Victims' Rights Act, which is, by the way, another huge civil liberties issue that the people who are just fanatical about this stuff don't care to even consider. It was a 2004 statute that was enacted,
the lesser brains,
signed into law by George W. Bush. It was pushed by this Arizona Senator Republican John Kyle, who was like all about
Michael, get to the fucking point. Like, I'm gonna get fucking tilted soon. This fucking guy.
So wait,
you don't even know about the shoestrings on the thing over here that could have lead to the thing over there.
What's he talking about? What's the statute? Like, what did it do? It's one of those things where they're like, oh, it's going to be good for you. But
Congress wrote
like a Patriot Act type
Congress wrote a bad law.
His overall assessment probably has to be they're targeting Epstein and Maxwell. They're targeting them. The government is targeting them to make an example or something.
Down on civil liberties?
I guess so.
Okay, let him go then.
Here we go.
On crime, prosecutorial, basically giving the prosecutors every possible resource to supposedly protect victims or prioritize their interests. But what it essentially required,
me too,
or was thought to inquire or argued to require, was that the government had an affirmative duty to notify supposed victims that they had identified, even the defendant who supposedly victimized those victims had been found guilty or had pleaded guilty, right? So, like, how can the government just...
Oh, shit.
It's Michael Tracey. It's frozen.
Michael, I don't have you.
Okay.
Michael, you are not. You are not.
His face froze. Like
so. Michael Tracey's attacking victim protection laws. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And according to fuckface Gigglies over here, like, oh, so she's like, didn't do anything wrong then, right? He's like, yeah, just a couple small things, you know, according to Michael. And then he went off on another tangent about how it's government, like, you know, I guess using Maxwell as like a scapegoat, I guess, and to drum up conspiracy theorists to get them focused on the topic. Meanwhile, it's just the government fucking with us the whole time, which is possible. Okay. It's just like, yo, make the actual case. This is not good enough.
Think about the overall premise at this
eyes,
point.
Ears, and brains. I just said the overall premise. I think where he's going.
No. This Virginia Gouffre got together with 40 other kids and decided to do a conspiracy on this well-connected guy in the world of governments, and he's fishy looking on his own, but we're gonna make it look like he's raping kids. This super well-connected guy that nobody's ever heard of, but
according to Michael, it's just him on his own. Everyone else is like it's a single creeper.
Stockbroker.
It's a single creeper, and the government is trying to make it bigger than it is for the sake of luring in conspiracy theorists. That's what it sounds like. I'm
not talking.
He's taking out.
No. He's
Maxwell?
taking it away from the government. He's saying Virginia Gouffre is the conspirator.
She's part, like, she's just some girl with some problems and maybe like a little bit of a hustler. And she recruited some girls to bring to Jeffrey, like, hey, we can make some money. Just follow me. Let's go chase down this Epstein guy. He's in the younger girls. Maxwell's like in the back room. And I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't see anything. It's just a masseuse or just a, you know, whatever. Who cares? Like, go about her life, right? I'm barely hanging around with Jeffrey anyways, like on and so forth. And if you actually dig into that, nothing there. For me, at least. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
He's flipped it on its head. Lex Wexner's tax guy got set up by these 17-year-old prostitutes.
We don't know because he never answered.
Call him a predator.
No, we don't know, Jobster, because he never when he talked to Sugar, he never answered. Sugar asked him about Wexner, and Michael never answered. Yeah, so I don't know what he thinks.
I'm reading the Reddit thread thing about it, and someone like quoted what she said. They're like, "I admire his extraordinary achievement as president, and I like him, and I've always liked him. So that sums up the substance of my entire relationship with him." And then someone responds, "And he does not have a small penis."
Now
oh,
she
perfect.
kind of did the same. She did the same with Clinton too, which should also be like a
Oh,
little
really?
bit of a thing for people. I'm telling you, like Dubster said it. Like everyone's innocent here. Everyone's innocent except for Jeffrey.
They all have big penises.
Prince Andrew photo was photoshopped. Yeah, everyone's innocent except for Jeffrey Epstein himself. But then again, he's dead, so why wouldn't you? There's no need to cover him up. Like just let him be the guy that takes all the blame.
Scapegoat.
Yeah.
Scapegoat. Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'll fast forward until
Palm Beach victims.
Michael's back.
Michael, you were cut off.
I'm not there.
You weren't there for a while. Now you're back.
Adjust your Walkman headphones, Michael Tracey.
What's the last thing you heard me say?
Why does he have
something?
those?
John Kyle.
Yeah, it's actually best. Let me see if I can put.
You know he's in an apartment
well,
with no TV. You know, just
no. He's at a motel, dude. He's at a motel by Denny's, and
okay.
He's
regular
got manila
place.
folders everywhere.
His regular place. There's
Ben
no
Shapiro
fucking
said, "I'm
going to
sponsor
you for he's too smart for it."
Jersey City, bro. He's in Jersey City, bro. He's probably getting fucking bullied by the people around him.
He's too smart to have a TV. Like that's below me. He doesn't have TV. He doesn't watch movies. Doesn't listen to music except for classical. He's probably a pretentious little shitbag, to be honest with you. But
yeah, he's kind of hipster. He's an anti-hipster.
He doesn't even use the motel Wi-Fi. He has his own Starlink.
He's wearing corduroy pants right now. Like, all right, here we go.
He's wearing a Georgetown hoodie.
Oh,
hold on.
Okay.
That picture right there says it all. Look at that.
Yeah, that picture says a lot. Yeah.
I'm pondering existence.
Yeah.
Hello.
I see you moving. I see you talking.
Fucking
yeah,
tech.
go ahead.
Read books. Read books.
What's the last thing you heard? What's the last thing you heard me say?
Told you, John Kyle, something.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
victims.
So there's a whole can of worms to be opened with respect to whether that Crime Victims' Rights Act law and the fact that the government was under some affirmative obligation to identify these individuals that it had designated as victims, even aside from even before that, even before Epstein pleaded guilty, because that's what the later litigation was about. Like the government supposedly had harmed these supposed victims by not informing them that they were victims sufficiently prior to the entry of the guilty plea. That's sort of another issue. Maxwell says in this deposition that of the universe of victims that have been designated by the government in this Palm Beach phase, she had never encountered any of them. She never knew any of them. And she's right in that there was no claim at the time. In the initial Palm Beach investigation, and even the initial federal investigation that then came in to buttress the Palm Beach investigation, no one ever claimed that Maxwell was involved.
And when did people start claiming she was involved?
Well, much later, after Gouffre came onto the scene. So Gouffre first, I mean, I should probably be more specific about this in the future, because Gouffre was a Jane Doe by 2009 in one of the Crime Victims' Rights Act.
Probably because of people like you.
No, sorry. I'm maybe mixing it up, but there was some litigation that Virginia Gouffre was party to as a Jane Doe in 2009. I think it might have been an individual claim, or I think it was probably a Crime Victims' Rights Act claim, although I'm not 100% sure. Either way, and that's when she's first sort of introduced some of the claims, not the most outlandish ones. The most outlandish ones came in 2014, and in that 2014 motion for joinder that Bradley Edwards and Paul Cassell filed on her behalf. By the way, not to get derailed, but Bradley Edwards is showing up again at the Capitol on September 3rd with Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey, who I generally, and if I have respect for any members of Congress, which is rare,
Jordan,
two of the members that I have at least.
Remember?
You good?
Remember who that is?
What?
Remember who Bradley Edwards is?
Yes, we just heard. Yes, we just heard that name.
That's crazy. We just found out about this guy.
Yeah, I'm like, who the fuck is that?
In general, who is he?
Fucking.
I don't know.
Oh, in general, nah. But he was just mentioned in whose fucking video, dude? Why am I blanking? For Christ's sakes.
And
heard him in a video.
Dubster, he's Blue Q. He's Blue Q. This guy is fucking Ridiculous.
Blue Anon?
Yeah, he's Blue Anon. He's ridiculous.
Is this a?
Oh.
Are you talking about the Bulwark guys?
What's
Bill
that shit
Crystal?
called? What's
Bill
that shit
Crystal?
called, Sebs? The Pod Save America guys, the Midas Touch guys. They got none on this guy. This guy's on another level.
The guy with the fake profile picture.
Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this guy's on another level of cringe.
I don't think that's who they're talking to, though. To be honest with you. Okay, they're saying the lawyer. Okay, this guy. This guy. Okay, the other dude is a content creator. This is the lawyer for the.
Interesting.
That's why I was confused. Like, okay, I heard the name.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Derek Bros video that kind of went a little bit viral. See, look, Trump's innocent. See, and they base it on this video right here.
Oh, Michael Tracey was a lawyer.
Nah.
Oops, wrong video. Let me hide that one.
At this point, yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Oh, I'm burnt. So that's a different Edwards. Never mind. My bad.
Yeah. I was saying, like, is this guy fucking what's his name's kid? John Edwards' kid or something? A Democrat candidate.
He looks like Topher Grace.
All right, here we go.
Edwards is showing up again at the Capitol on September 3rd with Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey, who I generally
for something I was gonna say
in one of the Crime Victims' Rights Act. No, sorry. I'm maybe mixing it up, but there was some litigation that Virginia.
Okay. I was going to ask a question. Did Maxwell, because Maxwell did get immunity in the Florida case, right? Now, did she get that?
Oh, yeah.
Before witness testimony, after, like during the fucking, prosecutor defense, like negotiations for like what the deal might be, or the judge, or whatever the fuck, right? Like when did she get immunity in that case? Does anyone know?
Well, I know that the Costa deal granted all co-conspirators immunity. And I can look up that.
If they got immunity, right? I don't. Yeah. Okay.
It even said named and unnamed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if Michael's saying that, hold on. Because Michael's saying, like, oh, well, Ghislaine Maxwell wasn't even brought up in the first one, in the first conviction, right? Or the only conviction, I guess, of Jeffrey Epstein, right?
But she could have been one of the people that was unnamed.
That's what I'm saying. Like, was she protected?
And there's no way to prove that, which is where he gets to, like, see?
Right.
So.
It's a plea deal. It's not a conviction.
That's why I was asking for. But I'm saying, like, if would witnesses be allowed to be like, okay, well, yeah, I saw Ghislaine there, unless she like, or I'm just saying, like, even in like a immunity case, would she be allowed to be named?
If it was, I guess, a different case, but but not with the same case continuing, right? It would have to be a different charge, because you can't re-prosecute the same case.
Yeah, but
right. So they give immunity for like if we'll just say she's involved, like without if she's involved in the things that Epstein was said he was guilty of, then because of that deal, she has immunity for that. Now, if things happen afterwards, I think those would be like new cases.
You're missing. Okay,
but he never made it to the.
You're missing. Like,
okay.
He's saying.
I got your answer.
Hold on. Are you sure you know the question?
Yeah,
yes.
Go ahead, repeat your question.
Oh, God.
So, the whole thing about him wanting to discredit Virginia Giuffre is because 2014 is a lawsuit, which is not criminal, where that's when it brings in Maxwell, because they can't. She has immunity from 2007 court case, so you take it to civil.
I understand, but I'm saying
immunity doesn't apply that way.
In the recording / transcript, she's saying like, well, how come they didn't name me if in the prior, the actual Jeffrey Epstein conviction, right, the criminal conviction, how come Ghislaine Maxwell wasn't named as some person not by the court ruling, but like, or the not by the court ruling or jury, whatever the fuck, but by the actual witnesses, the girls themselves. No, the girls themselves. How come they didn't say her name? Like, oh, she did this too.
They didn't testify.
No, they're saying they did testify in 2000,
Not in 2008
no. Or something. What is it called?
No.
2008 Florida thing.
2007.
Yeah.
And no, they didn't, because they settled that case. That's part of the immunity. Is it the settlement?
I know, that's where I was going with that, which was like, what if before they had a chance to speak, Epstein's like, all right, listen, I'm guilty, but let's make a deal out of this. Right? To where they don't have a chance to, but Ghislaine is saying like they did say something. And so is Michael. They're both saying Ghislaine said something. Or sorry. Sorry. The witnesses said something. The victim said something, and they didn't say Ghislaine's name at all. That's what
it depends
Michael
on
and Ghislaine are saying.
Did they settle in the middle of the court case, or did they settle before the court case, or near the end of the court case? I don't know the answer to that.
That was the question I asked originally. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe they did. So if they got immunity, that can't be brought up for criminal again, and that might be why they took it civilly.
But they have to they'd have to black their names out or something, right? As far as like the
court
documents, or no?
No, you're not relating it to the criminal charge of like child rape. You're relating it to the civil charge of child rape, which is monetarily, and it's not related to the immunity, because you have immunity from criminal charges, but you're not having immunity from being civilly sued.
Yeah, but it was a criminal case, though, right?
Right, but the same evidence can be used again for the criminal side.
No, but it was a criminal case, and they're asking why wasn't Ghislaine's name brought up in the criminal case in 2007?
Because it said co-conspirators named and unnamed. Remember Jesse told you that? Or mentioned that? So it's like she could have been one of the unnamed people that it applied to.
Okay, fair enough, but like they're saying they didn't say her name at all. That's what she's saying. That's what Michael Tracey's saying.
Because she can say that because she's got immunity and she doesn't have to be named.
Okay.
That's why it's like a weird, you know what I mean?
I understand the idea you guys are saying. I'm just saying, like, if we put that out, the logic of it out there, it kind of kills what Michael Tracey's saying. But God.
I agree.
If there was court and they did say her name in court, they can redact it and call her unnamed.
Yes, but they're once again, what their claim is, what these guys are claiming. That's what they're claiming. Michael and Ghislaine are claiming. Yeah.
Michael wouldn't know, and Ghislaine still might not know, and she might not have been allowed in the courtroom to hear her name being said.
Yeah.
She could be like 100% not know because she had no access.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why didn't they name me? While somebody in the court system could know.
Yeah, and I assume
you were named. Hold on, you were named. We just can't fucking say you were named.
Yes, and that's why, like, I wanted to like, see, you can showcase that it's most likely that Michael didn't go find each person and ask them, like, did you name Ghislaine? He's using court documents, right? And if she has immunity, that's why I was asking that question about immunity. Like, can they block your name out, or whatever, right? Yeah. That's why I was asking that.
Yeah.
I'm, in a way, being my own lawyer, I guess, against Michael Tracey's case. That's why I asked the question. But all right, let's get back to it. Here we go.
Well, this case was about her involvement with children, like with this whole why she's in jail.
Yeah,
and people who were testifying at this court or this, at this time, in this case they were saying that. Now he's talking about, like, basically he's taking apart witnesses by, well, he's either not mentioning some, or he's going in and saying, well, she didn't say that until this point in time is when she says anything about it, and
The
she didn't say
Virginia girl.
something
Yeah.
before. You know,
Yeah.
like, so he just keeps casting doubt on witnesses.
Well,
So,
Right.
hold on.
And he's acting like the court acted on the up and up in the first case and the second case. They followed the rules.
Yeah. Well, here's like, okay, obviously Ghislaine is like trying to angle for, you know, getting out of jail, basically, right? So, and according to her, which I think Michael will bring up too later on, is like, once again, in the transcripts and the audio, Ghislaine says, like, well, after that thing happened, right, the 2007 thing, and I guess he was out of jail or something at some point after that. She said, after that point, I had no interactions with him. No interactions. No relationship with him or no all that shit. That's what she says in her testimony. That's why it would be important. If she's not named over here, that means she wouldn't be named in the, like, according to her logic of the situation. Like
no interactions with who? With Epstein?
With Epstein, yeah. No
Since
relationship, no hanging out personally, no dating, no nothing.
Since the first conviction he had?
After the first conviction, she says, yeah, that's when I split ways with him and did something else. And she was with some Ted guys. Some Ted guy. Forgot his last name, Ted something, a friend of like Bill Clinton or something. According to her, according to the fucking transcripts. And it's like, it'd be good to like understand what she's saying exactly, so you can like, okay, I smell bullshit here or whatever the fuck.
Well, yeah, if she's making that argument, it is a way to, you can't touch her on the stuff before that, and if she's saying that she parted ways after that, she's making a case where it's like, well, she doesn't even have to reference the things before because she wouldn't be able to be convicted of those things. So
And what was her argument to the Supreme Court, Jesse? Right?
Hmm?
What was her argument to the Supreme Court? Based on my immunity thing, I should be able to appeal and get out of jail. Right? That was what her lawyer sent to the Supreme Court. Is that all the crimes that I'm being like in trouble for are before, or sorry, are during that 2007 thing, right? But I had immunity. So thus, because I had immunity, you can't charge me with those crimes in whatever, what was it, 2021, I think, where she got convicted, I guess. And so, like, you can't use that against me in 2021. So thus, I should be free. Should be out of jail.
So,
right?
I mean,
you get her logic now, yeah.
So first, okay, that would be the legal thing, and she's shaping that story to fit the legal thing. Whether she's telling the truth or not, like, I don't have that information, right? But she's shaping it to fit the legal constraints. Now, what I would, at least what I'm looking at in terms of information, is something that I think when I listen to Michael Tracey is completely absent. Where, like, was she involved with knowingly with sex with these minors or not? And that's in the court case they were saying that, like, the witnesses were saying that, right? Like, I don't get that sense.
I don't think we have enough information, right? Because of the
from the court,
grand jury,
like the witnesses, like, from the witnesses that were there, and how whatever the jurors, they saw that and what they decided. But
in the 2019 case, you're saying?
Yeah.
Against Epstein? No, wait. Or do you mean the Ghislaine Maxwell thing, which is what, 2020, 2021? Okay. So,
I'm talking about Ghislaine.
Okay, so it's like 2021-ish.
Yeah, because he didn't have a court case, right? Like, in her court case.
Yeah. We don't know what was said in there, I don't think, right?
I don't know. Yeah, I just found one of the statements about.
Now you're seeing Michael's argument where he's going back to, like, well, the only reason we were saying Ghislaine Maxwell is because of 2014 with, like Dubster said, a civil case with Virginia Giuffre, right?
Yeah, that's civil.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. That like, if you just listen to his words, he never did nothing, and it was Virginia, but you can't trust Virginia, and so it's just all smoke, right?
I agree. That's what he's saying.
Like if you just listen to him.
Yes,
Now,
that's what he's saying.
from various articles, I find like, and I'll put. I was just reading one, so I'll find it. Where they describe, they don't give the person's name. They give the person an alias, but they go through part of what was said in the court. Like this 14-year-old, or at that time 14-year-old girl,
Yeah.
was describing that Maxwell participated in some of that. Like that was in her court case.
Okay, so I guess there's stuff out there that I just haven't seen. But I do know that Michael brought that up, right? He brought that up. He called her a paranoid schizophrenic who doesn't know what she's seeing at any point. Like he kind of like defamed her a bit, in my humble opinion. But yeah,
Skirting her. Yes.
Defamed, whatever. I don't know. Like for me, once again, I say for me personally, I'll hear out all their arguments just so I have them like organized in front of me, so I can like, okay, this is what we're seeing here from these individuals. Then I use my eyes, my ears, my fucking brain. You were around this guy all the time like this, flying on his planes, going to the island shit or whatever the fuck, and he's around these fucking girls all the time. He's just getting foot rubs. That's what you actually thought as a human being? I don't fucking buy that. I'm sorry. That's where I'm at. I say, fuck your fucking laws. I have fucking common sense. Common fucking sense. But she also had like, actually, if you listen to a lot of the Ghislaine, I didn't listen to all of it, but the parts I listened to, when you hear her, just like the testosterone thing, she's kind of shitting on Jeffrey Epstein. In fact, she didn't call him like, you know, like someone talking about someone, they're like, oh, yeah, Jeffrey was like this, Jeffrey was like that. She says Epstein. Yeah, Epstein was like this. Epstein was like that. Those are things like I'm seeing personally. Those things are freaking me out. And she's like, oh, he just suddenly changed. I didn't understand. He suddenly changed. And then her pointing out the fucking camera. I knew of one camera. Like, where was it? In the fucking bedroom. That makes sense to you? You think if you spot one camera in the entire house, it'd be like at the front porch looking out for like criminals trying to break in or some shit like that, right? It wouldn't be like in the fucking bedroom. But another video that I saw pointed out that like she's, according to this guy, he's like, yo, she's lying, and here's why I'm saying she's lying. It's because that's from a news article, meaning like socially confirmed ideas of things. Thus, she can't be like, I never saw any cameras, right? She can't say that because of the socially provided information. So thus, she has to say at least one camera. And she's like, yeah, I'm aware of one camera. And it's like perfectly placed in a fucking news article somewhere. Versus like, I think we're probably aware of a little bit more cameras, but the one that's like straight up confirmed type of thing, I believe is the thing that she noted during her quote unquote testimony to Todd Blanche. But like at the same time, like we have to establish what the fuck they're saying in the first place, and then fucking just, sledgehammer the fucking shit. Like as people, not as like lawyers, but like as people. But all right, let's keep rolling. Unless anyone else, like any points anyone wants to say, please go ahead.
I'm just very curious about Michael's.
Yeah, me too.
Argument.
Me too. This is a Michael Tracey IQ test for me. All right. Here we go.
It was party to as a Jane Doe in 2009.
What was that?
I already am. I said I just feel like I'm about to be really disappointed, and I already am.
Yeah.
So, not that I had hope. It was just I didn't think it was this ridiculous. I mean,
I expected to get worse, ridiculous. Honestly. So you better turn that.
Yeah, you're right.
Meter
up.
Better
turn that. We haven't started the audio here.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Maybe mixing it up, but there was some litigation that Virginia Giuffre was party to as a Jane Doe in 2009. I think it might have been an individual claim, or it was probably a crime victims' rights act claim, although I'm not 100% sure. Either way, and that's when she's first sort of introduced some of the claims, not the most outlandish ones. The most outlandish ones came in 2014.
Okay.
And in that 2014 motion for joinder that Bradley Edwards and Paul Cassell filed on her behalf. By the way, not to get derailed, but Bradley Edwards is showing up again at the Capitol on September 3rd with Ro Khanna and Thomas Massey, who I generally, and if I have respect for any members of Congress, which is rare, they're going to be two of the members that I have at least some degree of respect for. Like Ro Khanna actually is pretty unusually accessible. Thomas Massey does have some independence, and he's intelligent. He knows all about arcane legislative procedure. He isn't cowed by Trump. But they're sort of sullying themselves by attaching to this guy and to the victims that he's supposedly going to be hauling out on September 3rd, and they won't tell us in advance who the supposed victims are. But anyway,
they're gonna have a big reveal,
they're gonna have a big reveal,
Now that's okay if they're doing a whole media extravaganza. Yeah, I say shit on them. But the main point was, you claimed you had nothing, then you claim you have something, and it's a Democratic hoax, and they're like, "Yo, release that shit then. Release the hoax. Fucking stamp hoax on top of it if you want to. Just show us." I thought that was their original point. Am I tripping? As far as Massey and Ro Khanna are concerned, I thought that was their main point. So, that's not a bad thing to ask for. But okay, show us the hoax then. Why are you hiding that if it's a hoax? But then I assume Trump's going to double, triple, quadruple down and be like, no, the entire Epstein story itself all of it is a hoax. All of it. Everything you think you thought was actually a hoax the whole time. That's what I assume Trump's going to go down that lane. But, all right, here we go. But the original thing from Massey and Ro Khanna makes sense, right? To ask for. Good. Sorry, go ahead.
Fake news.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Band or something.
Well, no, it's not a reunion band. They're saying that they're coming out for the first time. It's the debut of a new band.
A new release. They're getting an update. Yeah, we're going to
supposed
you know how a girl band might be debuted at some point, like Spice Girls or something. That's what it's supposed to be.
It's like a Pokemon or something.
Although these are women, these women are full adults. I mean, that's the thing. It's not, you can maybe understand it for some reason. There was some need, to haul out.
Yo, ladies, even men. Don't get raped, and don't get raped, first of all. But if you get raped, don't let Michael Tracey be your only witness, because he's gonna fuck you over, apparently. He's making giggle jokes. Michael, you do agree this guy fucking abused these women, right? Michael Tracey? Rolling them out like fucking Spice Girls? What the fuck you talking about, bro? Weirdo. Here we go.
Actual children victims?
Weirdo,
the youngest these women can be at this point is, I don't know, 32 or something like that, maybe even older.
So they weren't when they got raped.
That's interesting. So they might come out and just.
So they got a crazy settlement or whatever, settlement or deal, not a settlement, a deal, right? In the first fucking part, 2007. Then they didn't get a chance to do anything in regards to the 2019 one, right? Because he died. The one with the grand jury thing, that's all sealed, right? So, what the fuck do you want? What would you expect, Michael? Not saying they couldn't be full of shit. It's just what do you expect people, whether they're full of shit or they want answers, what do you expect to happen? You sweaty fuckface. Clammy fucking glasses. Here we go.
Be so they could say anything at this point. They could say
Trump molested Taco
us,
Bell,
and they could have 2 congressmen sitting there setting them, right? The standards of evidence of this stuff is so
Baja
low,
Blast fuckface.
Non-existent.
So why wouldn't you just pick someone? Why wouldn't you?
Well, I don't think. Okay, so Bradley Edwards knows what he's doing. Very skilled. He's not going to have them.
The highlight of his day is a direct chicken chalupa
accusation against a particular individual, other than Epstein and or Maxwell. Most likely, I don't know. I doubt that he'll have them come in.
Yeah, that's
say Trump
because that's because
hands over a soggy
that can be
$10 bill.
Trump is the first person probably to file a defamation lawsuit. Right?
I mean, but
yo, can we get back to the fucking transcript and fucking audio, bro? Why are you going over the guy who had a viral video? Look, focus on this.
In other words, they're not. This is a public press conference. It's not under the cover of a litigation privilege.
No, but you can lie in a public press conference, and if Trump wants to sue you, the president is suing to shut up.
Lie under oath.
I don't know. That could be something.
Yeah,
I'm not even. Are the recordings under oath?
Although,
I'm not even sure.
I don't know. Honestly. I think Bradley Edwards. I mean, I get the impression that he's actually a Republican. I'm not 100% sure.
Is he playing with his red
I think he's probably sympathetic to Trump. If you read his 2020 book,
The Maxwell Todd Blanchett is not a deposition, right? It's just actually called an actual interview, right? It's not an actual deposition, right? It's not under oath or whatever the fuck, or like you're legally like.
It is under oath.
It is? Okay.
Yes. If you listen to their opening,
I skipped. It was a 30-second clip. I skipped it.
They did on the second day again, a reiteration of it, and then it's in the first part that's not the 30-second thing.
Really? I might have skipped past it.
You have limited immunity, but this means is if you lie to us, you can't be charged for it, but you can be charged for perjury.
Yeah. Thank you. I forgot about that part. The fucking limited immunity. But all right. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Here we go.
He recounts how there was a time when Trump had been subpoenaed to testify in like an early phase of the litigation. I think it was 2009. And Edwards praises Trump for being so assertive and helpful and not like stymieing them at all. In other words, Trump
he's getting this wrong. That was not testimony. That was a phone call between that lawyer and Trump.
The lawyer that represented the victims.
Yes, because Derek Bros actually tweeted about it, and Derek Bros was the guy who interviewed the lawyer, right? I'm pretty sure. You're fucking washed up, bro. Sucking Alex Jones. Yeah, right here. When the FBI began investigating Epstein, guess who actually cooperated? Trump. He was the only major figure who voluntarily spoke to authorities. No stalling, no lawyers running interference, just full transparency. And Derek Bros says, wrong. You're referring to my interview with Bradley Edwards, the attorney representing the victims. Trump spoke with him, not under oath, just over the phone and once in person. Not the FBI. This is basically just hearsay. Trump never testified on anything he knew, despite having a relationship with Epstein and Maxwell since the 1980s. Trump bailed on Epstein after he was locked up, and all his associates were doing their best to disassociate with him. Hardly a hero. God damn. I love the internet. Why do I know all this shit for some reason? But
No.
I remember that. I remember that interview.
Yes, I remember the interview too. Like, way back when. But I remember that I bookmarked it for a reason. Like, I remember the statement. I used it in a video, but I remember I remember that tweet he put out where it's like, oh no, this is not some official thing happened.
I also remember it became talking point. Trump worked with the FBI. He totally went to the FBI and said, here's what I know about Epstein. It was a talking point. It was never based in any reference. Nobody ever said this.
Well, funny enough, Trump brings it up himself about kicking Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago, right? Where he's like, "Oh, he was stealing my girls, so I kicked him out."
No, that's an alteration too, because originally that story was,
that was his story directly.
He was hitting on a 14-year-old. He was hitting on a 14-year-old customer in my hotel, and the mom told me, so then I kicked him out.
That was a Trump quote, though, or somebody just said?
No. That was the original story. That was the original story.
I think that's Bannon, right? Isn't that Bannon's thing? I think Bannon came up with that.
I've heard Jones. I've heard Jones say it, so I don't know.
I heard Bannon say it. That's what I'm saying. But what we heard from Trump directly.
Trump directly said
it was a different story.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was stealing employees. That's why I kicked him out. And then, just for context, a journalist actually asked him a follow-up question, "Oh, you mean fuck? What was the exact question?" Because it was a question asked in a way to make sure, you actually mean because he was stealing employees. That's why you were pissed, not actually about sexual behavior stuff, right? There's a question basically like that, right? And Trump's like,
right, because
they're both creepy.
The story too.
Yeah, Trump's like, well, they're both creepy, right? Raping young girls or stealing my employees, they're both creepy. He's a creep. Or some shit like that.
Same thing.
Yeah. And also with the Derek Bros thing, I don't want to just... Derek Bros could be talking about his interview with Bradley Edwards and their direct communication versus, like, I went through all the testimony, I went through all the fucking documents, and Trump is exonerated, right? I just want to make sure there's...
Yeah, Derek Bros is wrong because I'm looking at the title list, and he read Ghislaine Maxwell's entire prison interview. So he's here to enlighten us.
Well, there's also Virginia Giuffre talked about her encounter with Trump, and she said, "Yeah, I worked for him, but he was always a nice guy. He never did nothing to me."
Trump was asked about Giuffre as well. Yeah.
Right.
Yes,
so, Michael Tracey, are you discrediting that too about Virginia Giuffre?
Well, I guess we'll find out.
I think she was a crackhead back then.
But this one,
no, if he got questioned on that, he probably would be like, "Well, she wasn't a complete liar."
I just wanted to say it because, once again, the counter information I heard from what Michael Tracey is saying right now, I don't know. Maybe Derek Bros is actually counting that idea too, or maybe Derek Bros was just clearing up his interview with Bradley Edwards, the lawyer of Giuffre. But all right, let's keep going. Here we go.
Days of the litigation. I think it was 2009. And Edwards praises Trump for being so assertive and helpful and not like stymieing them at all. In other words, Trump like kind of was contacted about this and proactively like volunteered whatever information.
Okay, I need to go back actually. So then he's also using Bradley Edwards as why, or like what the testimony means in regards to Donald Trump, right? He's saying that right now. Thus, that would be debunked right there.
He's also expanding. He's expanding on it beyond what Derek Bros says. Hey, I put my interview on fucking TV and showed it to you.
Yeah.
He didn't say he was fucking helpful. No, that somehow got out into the world.
But like Michael showcased that he's like some sort of stickler for things. Stickler for like the details and shit like that. So like there's no way he just watched a Derek Bros interview or someone talking about Derek Bros interview and just saying like, well, Trump testified and said this. There's no way he would do that, right? There's no chance. So like he can't be. There's no chance in hell based on what this guy's been saying. There's no chance in hell that he's referring to the Derek Bros interview, right? He has to be referring to actual court documents saying, oh, Trump testified and here's his testimony, right? Here's his, voluntary testimony. He has to say that, right? For sure. I want to hear this again. Here we go.
I think Bradley Edwards, I mean, I get the impression that he's actually a Republican. I'm not 100% sure. I think he's probably sympathetic to Trump. If you read his 2020 book, he recounts how there was a time when Trump had been subpoenaed to testify in like an early phase of the litigation. I think it was 2009. And
it's a Derek Bros interview.
Got it. Praises Trump for being so assertive and helpful and not like stymieing them at all. In other words, Trump like kind of was contacted about this and proactively like volunteered whatever information he had. And Edwards said that there was no reason to think that Trump was implicated in any wrongdoing, or more or less that. Whereas on the Bill Clinton stuff seemed to animate Edwards more. Remember, this guy was he was like a prosecutor from Jacksonville, Florida, I think it was, or maybe not Jacksonville, but somewhere. And
oh my God, this website! My God, have you ever looked at his website?
Bradley Edwards? Yeah. It's Edwards Henderson right now, right?
It's so flashy. It's like, the man who brought down Jeffrey Epstein. It's all about Jeffrey Epstein and the media.
Is it his Edwards? Is it his law firm website?
Yeah, it's crime. It's called crimevictimlawfirm.com. We take causes, not cases. Get your voice back. Yeah, this is free.
Okay. One of the weirdest things is that he ended up, he describes how he had this personal rapport almost with Epstein, where in a somewhat irregular way, they would have private meetings together at Starbucks semi-frequently. They would weirdest things about Edwards' book, which I'm glad that I read. I'm glad I'm like so ridiculously deep into the stuff that I actually did read his 2020 book called Relentless Pursuit.
Edwards claims
one of the weirdest things is that he ended up, he describes how he had this personal rapport almost with Epstein, where in a somewhat irregular way, they would have private meetings together at Starbucks semi-frequently. They would speak together like directly on the phone, even though they were litigants against one another in this like overlapping like 10 years of litigation, right? And so you could tell like Edwards had like some kind of, I don't know if you want to say fondness, but he had like, I don't know, some degree of admiration or something for Epstein to the degree that by November of 2018, right? Finally, this litigation that Epstein filed against Edwards came to a head. Epstein filed this against Edwards like 10 years before or almost 10 years before, basically accusing Edwards of legal misconduct because the law firm that Edwards had worked for in like 08, 09 around then was run by this guy, Scott Rothstein. That's like who hired Edwards. And Scott Rothstein ended up absconding the United States to Morocco and ended up getting charged with basically running a giant Ponzi scheme out of the law firm. And at the time, it was said to be the biggest Ponzi scheme in U.S. history, other than Bernie Madoff.
So this was a partner of Bradley Edwards, you're saying?
This was Edwards' boss.
Hey, more character.
Edwards worked at this
We're gonna
law
fuck
firm.
your character.
He was pretty young at the
it.
time. I think he was just like maybe 30 in his early 30s.
So
he wouldn't have been like a partner maybe yet.
Fucking audio, you fucks.
And
what are we doing?
This Ponzi scheme that Scott Rothstein
I'm gonna be here forever.
Basically set up this situation. I mean, this is no one knows any of this. I mean, it's weird. It's in Edwards' book, and it should be like maybe examined a little bit more critically. But I don't know. Did anybody read that book other than maybe like a handful of people who wanted to like support the victim's lawyer, and probably never read it and like threw it into some into like the storage bin or something? But Edwards says that
nobody reads.
Scott Rothstein was doing to run this Ponzi scheme was because he like living a flamboyant lifestyle. His accounts were like totally out of whack. Yeah.
Guys, listen. People watching the video, I will link the video. Please go watch the whole thing on your own. I kind of want to get to the fucking Ghislaine, because like my idea was to like I watched a decent amount of recordings and read a decent amount of not all of it. Obviously not all. It's a lot. Not all the transcripts, but I read a decent amount too. And I was hoping he would like go over what he thinks about the transcripts. And then I could be like, okay, I heard of that, or I didn't hear that, or here's my idea of things. But instead he's like going after the characters of it, like everything around it. Everything around it. If he says all this shit, I know. If he says all this shit, he's like, yeah, that means Ghislaine's innocent. Like, what? That's not fucking good enough. And honestly, if he doesn't really go truly into this, I'm going to play this guy instead, this other guy instead, where, granted, he's more of like accusatory towards Ghislaine Maxwell, but still, he's at least playing the audio and showing the fucking transcripts. That's all I'm saying. I'm lazy, forgive me. All right, here we go. That guy's not lazy. I'm lazy.
In his lifestyle. So what he ended up doing was this is in Fort Lauderdale, I believe. And Scott Rothstein would go to wealthy potential investors and tell them, look, here's an investment opportunity for you. You can invest in our firm, and we assure you that we have ongoing litigation against very wealthy individuals who have been accused of sexual misconduct or even sexual misconduct with minors. And we can project that they're going to be giving us big payments for settlements.
They started advertising
so you invest with us now,
their success from
you'll get a
so he's back to
at a certain point.
He's back to Virginia Giuffre. Now he's just extending it to now her lawyers are also in the conspiracy to attack good old Jeffrey Epstein.
No. It's her. It's the lawyer's partner. The lawyer's partner, I think he's talking about.
Rothstein, 270. Yeah. No, boss. So Edward's boss was Rothstein, is what he said.
You know what? I'm gonna hit skip until I find the fucking thing about the fucking audio and transcripts. Fuck my life.
So he's changing the bad guy to Virginia Giuffre, and that's his overall arching scheme of the last 2 or 3 weeks we've watched of Michael Tracey.
Yes, she recruited
the
the
bad
girls. She recruited the girls.
And Epstein's innocent. Epstein's just innocent.
She's like, you know what? I can get more money if I sue him and make more money. And then she's like, you know what?
Yeah.
I can get Ghislaine too. Let me get her too while I'm at it. So just like, cutting your losses, walking away, taking your money you got. Okay.
And looked into and
against Epstein's money
scheme aspect of this. He says it was done.
Wait, so this was before. So that they did not have a case against Epstein at the time. They were projecting that they were going to get Jeffrey Epstein, and they were using that to raise money.
Yes.
And what year was that?
Now, Edwards denies that he was involved in the Ponzi scheme aspect of this. He says it was done totally unbeknownst to him. But I don't know. Is he telling the truth?
So there was a Ponzi.
Now you're in mystery about character, huh? Huh, Michael? Now you're like, well,
first time ever.
Was he innocent? I mean, who knows? Fuck.
And so Epstein.
Skip.
He was accusing him of like lawyer misconduct, and that lawsuit dragged on for a long time. Epstein actually had some initial favorable rulings to allow the litigation against Edwards to proceed, but it never got resolved until November of 2018, right when.
Oh my God. Go to the fucking Ghislaine Maxwell. I might
told him the way to look Edwards was glorious and heroic and for
forever.
victims.
He's just
but just to tie this back to the Maxwell.
He's not guilty of all this other stuff. He is a perv though, right? I think that's where Michael's going. And Ghislaine is just fully like, no clue. Is she your fucking cousin or something? An aunt? Like, why the fuck do you know? Like, what is this shit? No, like, real scrutiny behind it, right? It almost seems like everyone's conspiracy theorists, and I have the fucking answer. Come, let me enlighten you. I don't know if he's trolling with that or whatever, but it's just like, ugh.
How is Michael Tracey related to Jeffrey Epstein?
I meant Ghislaine Maxwell, bro. That's what I've been.
I'm asking Google.
Oh my God. Gemini out loud. All right, here we go.
For testimony.
I'm sorry for this website. I'm just saying, Bradley Edwards, let's read the website. First of all, there's a contact.
Bradley Edwards. Let's go to fucking.
I know, but I'm telling you, I think he just happens to be probably like a Republican.
Just fine.
I mean, I don't know why he happens to be. Just because he won an award alongside Tim Tebow, I don't know.
Well, I told you he praised Trump in that book.
So he's just a Republican. Okay, you're saying he's not trustworthy, I guess. Fine. Go back to Ghislaine.
Okay,
Bradley Edwards not trustworthy. Not trustworthy. Okay.
She says that.
Okay. There.
Occasion ever that there was anything untoward through some Israeli Leslie Wexner thing that Epstein.
Okay.
The theories or claims that Epstein was engaged in blackmail or engaged in orchestrating a blackmail operation.
You skipped blackmail. Okay.
And
just kind of
that's how he acquired his wealth, right? Because everybody complains. We don't know how he got his money. It must have been blackmail. It must have been through some Israeli Leslie Wexner.
That's not That's not what people fucking. Well, some people do say that, but you're focusing on them.
Bro.
You're focusing on the non strict arguments. You dummy. Dishonest to do that.
You didn't tell me Michael Tracey was associated with TYT.
Yeah, he was. I think they fired him though, but he was.
Okay.
Like when they started going like a little bit more hardcore towards just straight up Democrats versus like quote unquote progressives, right? And some of the dishonest things that TYT was doing, I think he left around that time period, and became kind of a hero to like the Jimmy Dore wing of things, until Jimmy even left them behind too. Yeah, well, Trump's not that bad. Yeah, okay.
I do have something written by Michael Tracey.
What's that?
But it's also, he has two other people, or no, one other person co-wrote it. Richard Hanina. Oh, okay. This guy.
Yeah. Dick
Ghislaine
Hernia.
speaks. Yeah. Ghislaine speaks, and as it turns out, there's still nothing to the Epstein conspiracy. Michael Tracey has nice breakdown of how it went, pointing out that there is no indication she is lying. Even when you might expect to see signs of her doing so. He joins me to discuss. I went into the conversation
This
thinking
video,
I had learned almost everything important about the Epstein saga. I was wrong. There are so many threads to pull here, but they're not the ones people expect.
Are you talking about this video, or
it might be the details in that video because it seems kind of exactly about this.
Well, I'm thinking that Dick Hernia made a video. Michael Tracey also recorded a video, and they're like, "Okay, let's both make content off of it."
Yeah,
that's my guess.
Pointing out that there is no indication she is lying.
Sure. Yeah. All right, here we go.
And that's how he acquired his wealth, right? Because everybody complains, we don't know how he got his money. It must have been blackmail. It must have been through some Israeli Leslie Wexner thing. That Epstein got paid for, like, producing blackmail on all these prominent people. And
no, Michael. Some people have like simple ass questions without conclusions, just questions. Dummy. Fuck. Let's skip to the fucking QAnon fucking top poster. That's who I'll argue with. Fucking dummy. Pretend you're the real journalist, Michael, and do the journalist thing. Ask questions to try to find answers, not just play off of the whatever grandest conspiracy of the whole fucking thing. Why would you do that? It's stupid. I thought you were a smart guy. You use words and stuff, don't you? You use big words, don't you? You're so fucking smart, aren't you? The fuck would I focus on, like, the biggest Trump fan or the biggest fucking Pizzagate person? Or what would I focus on them as my backdrop to what I'm, like, talking about? Actually, ironically, I think I'm doing that right now. By using you, Michael, and fucking dick fuckface over here. Fuck, dude. Here we go.
Maxwell says she had never had any indication.
Like, they're essentially the backdrop of, like imagine the, like, full-blown, all-in, Pizzagate, everything's a conspiracy, it's all a giant sex rape fucking ring with Jay-Z and Beyonce and fucking R. Kelly, everyone's in on it, right? And taking the exact opposite of that, which is Michael Tracey so far, which is, there's nothing to see here. There's nothing here. One pervert, that's it. Both sound like quote-unquote conspiracy theorists to me. Because it doesn't make sense for what I'm, like, witnessing and what I'm observing. Fuck the documents. I have a fucking brain, Michael. Someone get this fool, dude. Someone talk to this guy, bro. Here we go. Sorry.
Epstein got paid for, like, producing blackmail on all these prominent people.
Yeah, keep going, please.
And Maxwell says she had never had any indication ever that there was anything untoward in terms of some kind of blackmail going on. But she does make one blackmail allegation.
Yeah.
And I think this is new. I could be wrong. I had never heard this before.
Let's see if I heard this.
She says that Edwards, or that she says that Rothstein.
That's where I heard Bradley Edwards.
At the time that Edwards was still working for Rothstein, before the collapse happened and before he fled the country, that Rothstein contacted Maxwell's boyfriend. So in the early 2000s, while she was disengaging gradually from Epstein, she got a new boyfriend, and it was this guy, Ted Waite, who was the founder of Gateway Computer.
Mm.
I don't know if you ever had a Gateway Computer. I actually did. My family did in the 90s.
Only in school.
It was a huge computer company in, like, most of the 90s. I guess it's still around. I'm not sure, but I just know, like, everybody had a home computer from Gateway for a time. And
Move on.
So in 2003, she got in a relationship with this Ted Waite guy, obviously a multi-billionaire.
You know what I fucking love? You know what I love? Is when he brings up, like, well, you know what she said? She said she didn't witness any blackmail. And then you just move on from there. But then the other statement, you spend 20 fucking minutes on. That's what's confusing, Michael. You understand that, you fucking dummy? Fuck. Get him a fucking sweat rag, bro. Right now. Someone wipe his brow off. Fuck. Here we go. So fucking stupid.
In 2009,
what are we doing?
I think she says, I'm pretty sure, 2009, Ted Waite gets contacted by Scott Rothstein, according to Maxwell, and says that if you want to keep Ghislaine's name out of any of our litigation, fork over $10 million. So I don't think Waite ever paid, actually. And I think that...
Why are you going into full-blown detail about Edwards or what's the other guy's name? Something Steen, whatever the fuck, whatever their fucking names are. Why are we going that, like? But she also said, yeah, never seen blackmail. How come you didn't like go off a whole like do it like a whole dissertation off that? Huh? I might hit skip again, but
right. And Maxwell says
that going off of
the tension that ensued from that kind of led to the
audio and the transcripts behind again.
Later. And she really seemed to have been, I don't want to get, she really seemed like she was in love with Ted Waite. And, why wouldn't you be if you're if you're with a multi-billion?
Oh my fucking God. Dubster? What did you just hear right there? What did you hear?
She's greedy.
Listen to it. Use his words.
The defense.
Use his words.
Ghislaine.
What did you just say?
The defense is trying to blackmail Ghislaine Maxwell.
No, listen. He said, like, oh man, it seems like they were just like in love with each other. I mean, I think they were just in love with each other. Like, who fucking says that? Then begs for evidence from everyone else. Who does that?
He's talking about her like she's Princess Diane or something.
It's weird, bro. Is she your fucking auntie, bro? Is she your auntie, bro?
Yeah, that's just wild. He's being a historian for her.
Is she the cool aunt at Christmas or some shit, bro? Like, what is this? I'm wrecked by that. She left
one of Epstein's sacks. She left one of Epstein's money sacks at his house.
It's creeping me out every time he touches his fucking rat tail behind his fucking head. It's fucking disturbing.
I was about to rant that actually made me laugh. Okay. His sweaty ass rat tail swinging behind his fucking. He's a dirty fucker.
Oh, like that.
Go to that thing. But like, yeah, every other fucking thing he brings up, bro, demands the evidence of all evidence. But now he's like, man, it really feels like she was in love with him. Like, who fucking like why? What? What the fuck? I want to sue this fool for stupidity, bro. Alone. As someone bring Michael Tracey through discovery. Like, yo, why are you doing this shit, bro? What's going on? What's going on, bro?
Where's the connection to
follow the money or something? I know what the fuck's
this. Yeah.
Is this a social experiment, bro? Are you Kanye West? Like, what are you doing? You experimenting on us? Like, what is this stupid shit? Yeah, they were really in love. What the fuck? How do you know that? Like, how do you prove that one with your whole, like, integrity of journalism thing in court documents? How do you prove that one? Well, she said
zoomed in on him. Yeah. He zoomed in on them fucking one night.
He's watching from a distance. He was watching from a distance, like Robert Pattinson's Batman, just staring through the window.
Busted. Yeah, he busted.
I've been stalking her for 20 years. I can tell when she's in love with who she's
bro, fucking. I felt like that. Yeah, he got when he saw this that last picture of her. He got
I'm wrecked, bro. His windshield's been blurry ever since. He's watching from his car with binoculars. Yeah, dude.
She's so boring. She's brawling.
He keeps cleaning the out. Like, how do I get this out? He keeps trying to clean the outside. It's like it's on the inside of your windshield, Michael. That's why it's blurry. All right, sorry. Here we go.
Ghislaine's name out of any of our litigation, fork over $10 million. So I don't think Waite ever paid, actually. And I think that, and Maxwell says that led, like the tension that ensued from that kind of led to the dissolution of the relationship a year later. And she really seemed to have been, I don't want to get, she really seemed like she was in love with Ted Waite. And, why wouldn't you be if you're in love, if you're with a multi-billionaire, right? But she seems like, pining that this is that kind of derailed was finally like a very comfortable situation that she had in her personal life.
Don't, dude.
Leave that rat tail
And
alone.
so, yeah, that's the one blackmail allegation that was made. Maybe Ted Waite maybe she should have had Ted Waite just pay the $10 million because it would have spared Maxwell a lot of grief that ensued.
Oh, this is
because that civil litigation is what gave that civil litigation.
Okay, so he just straight up basically confirmed that if the blackmail on Maxwell, if they just paid it, none of this would be happening right now. But he also confirms that Epstein was abusing younger girls. And he's also confirming that Maxwell was, in a way, around it somehow at the same time. Not around it like in person, but around it as in like Epstein was doing that behind her back type of shit. Under her nose, if you will. Okay. Keep going.
Allegation that was made. Maybe Ted Waite. Maybe she should have had Ted Waite just pay the $10 million because it would have spared Maxwell a lot of grief that ensued.
Oh, this is
because that civil litigation is what gave rise then to the criminal.
He's like
angry about it by 2020.
Weirdo.
It's all coming together. This was a trial lawyer scam.
It's all coming together.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Out to get it.
Yeah, that's a major pause. I agree, Dubster. Major pause.
Like,
who's coming together?
He's got a whole different conspiracy theory this dude is convinced of.
Yeah, well, it's just Michael talking, and that's good enough for Dick Hernia over here. Michael got it all figured out.
Makes sense.
Because he has chest hair that's turning into a beard, and he's wearing Walkman headphones, and he's sweating. He must be right. Right, Dick Hernia? He must be correct about that. Got it. Yo, Michael, just adjust your glass a couple times. This guy might give you all his fucking earnings, bro. But yo, Michael, take it. You're so smart. Adjust those glasses just one more time, Michael. It might work. Dummies. BBs. There we go.
They saw dollar signs in their eyes. They did the investigations.
He just led you there, though.
He led you there. Coverage. They
and Edward.
Possible.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, you froze
makes
again.
sense.
You froze again.
You're broke up. You broke up since you interrupted me.
Are you here? Am I here?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, we're all here. Yeah,
okay, you asked me a few weeks ago, how is it that Virginia Giuffre ended up getting contacted by the Daily Mail journalist in 2011?
Virginia Giuffre. What about the fucking prison interview, dude? We were there. Like, that's where we're supposed to be going, Michael. Virginia Giuffre in 2009, Daily Mail fucking had an article about blah, 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 blah. Right? The same little pussy that got, let's be real, he got fucking pressed by Maxine Waters. This same guy's out here trying to tell me shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, that same guy?
Holy fuck. The kids that get, like, pushed in lockers, push this fool in lockers, bro. That's what he's coming off like. Weirdo. Here we go.
And then she handed over the Prince Andrew photo and got paid $160,000. And I didn't quite know at the time. Now I know.
Yeah.
It's the Sharon Church or yeah.
You're cutting out. They probably be from like to it at 500,000 to go away. Like people will just go
back.
Was it screensaver? Was it just like you didn't use it for a while?
No, my screen went just totally black.
Did you run out of batteries? That happens sometimes.
No, it wasn't anything to do with that. I thought you dropped
plug into the wall, motherfucker.
Just you mean it went black? It's like shut off.
No.
Your sweat is creating so much steam in the fucking room. It's a sauna. You're cooking your fucking laptop. That's what's happening, Michael.
The Substack sort of app was still up. It was still active. I saw comments and stuff, but you were gone.
You're over sweating on your computer.
I thought there was some connection thing.
I was gone.
Get some rice or something. Okay. Put your laptop in a fucking bucket of rice.
Yeah, where was I, or where were we? What's the last thing I said?
We were talking about
like
there is like
yeah.
compelling story here of how this was cooked up by a bunch of trial lawyers. You think when somebody has somebody's a billionaire. A billion is so much money. And this is why it was so reckless how crazy Epstein was. $1 billion is so much money that if you can extort a billionaire for $100,000, that's nothing.
How do you get his billions?
Right? $1 million is not that much money.
So they're already at the conclusion.
Think about that.
You're at the conclusion, Dubster. But God, again. Sorry.
So, how did Epstein get to his billions? We know that's corrupt, right?
Oh no, it's just conspiracy theory, Wexner, blah 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 blah, conspiracy.
Right. So then Virginia Giuffre finds out this dude's corrupt, so she flips the script on him.
I mean, he was convicted, right? According to Michael. So he was abusing young girls, except Virginia Giuffre was actually the one recruiting the girls in the first place, and she was telling Jeffrey that these girls are 18 and over. That's what happened. Duh. What's wrong?
It's so...
Why'd you think of that, Dubster? No, you're dumb for not believing that, bro. You're dumb for that. You gotta believe Michael's stupid fucking story. He's the fucking Look at his glasses and rat tail, bro, and his sweat. He knows better than all of us. He went to college for this. He's a genius.
It's not just us. It's everyone that's ever followed this, and it's never led in this direction ever.
Yes, he knows better than 99% of everyone who's ever even heard the name Epstein. He's outflanked everyone on planet Earth. Fuck my life. Even the prosecutors and defense lawyers and the judge, he outflanked everyone on the entire topic. He has the sole answer.
Beyond that, the Democrat version, the Republican version, neither one of them went down Michael Tracey's rabbit hole.
The witnesses are all schizophrenics and shit like that. The victims and witnesses are all schizophrenics. The only people that know the truth are Michael Tracey, Ghislaine Maxwell, and now
Dick Hernia.
Yeah, Dick Hernia well, Dick Hernia knows the truth now because Michael told him, right?
Right.
So there we go.
It all makes sense.
Thanks,
it's all coming together. It's all coming together.
How are these guys not filthy rich, bro? What happened? How are you guys not filthy rich for your fucking coverage?
They are getting there. They're getting there. This hate watching pays.
All right, here we go.
If you could make their life just a little bit difficult, you can get a huge payout out of that. And if you could go to court and you could make it something like this, especially like sex with underage girls, like even if you're 19, you could imagine like anything. People are going to say anything. Like even being in a room
girls abusing the scenario
with like random women you've met is risky.
He's got lockjaw.
It seems like, and Dershowitz has produced evidence that what Maxwell claims that they did to her boyfriend, Ted Waite, was also attempted to be done to Leslie Wexner, who was another multi-billionaire.
What?
And
so we're changing
Dershowitz
that
says that the strategy that went into Dershowitz and Prince Andrew being named.
What about Andrew
Giuffre's initial motion for?
What about Prince Andrew being a fake photo with Virginia Giuffre? We'll get to that.
Now saying Lex Wex is innocent. So
yeah. It's just Epstein that's a creep, and the rest are it's a cabal.
They're victims.
It's a cabal.
They're victims.
No, it's a conspiracy cabal of underage girls that have done who have targeted this billionaire. They wanted to target more billionaires and millionaires like Dershowitz and Maxwell, right? They're just targeting rich people. It's a whole cabal of underage girls doing that. Which is like possible. Sure, in life, I leave all rooms for all types of possibility. But like,
right?
Is Michael making the case for that? I don't fucking know.
So Jeffrey Epstein needed to first be corrupt on his own terms, and then these girls got together to be corrupt against these corrupt guys.
The fucking wreckage. The fucking wreckage. So first they got abused. And then they're like, I guess they were like, maybe a plan they had ready to go. Like, okay, let's make some money off of this. but also let's get abused first, and then we'll take advantage. Like, what's the fucking idea here, Michael? Logically, like, are you around regular people, Michael Tracey? I'm sorry, that sounds mean, but it's like, yo, do you like talk to regular people, like, ever? Like, try it, man. Like, I beg you to. The fuck? All right, girls, have this plan. Let's go get abused, and then and use it as a fucking what you call it? A fucking let's leapfrog off of here to fucking make a shit ton of money. Not all of you, though. Only some of us. Not all of us.
When you think these girls would like measure the danger of fucking with these powerful people like that?
Oh fuck up, sir. I'm wrecked. That some of these 14-year-olds were targeting poor Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
They were targeting.
They went after a fucking prince. They went after a prince of England. They went after 2 presidents. No. They went after 2 American presidents, a president of Israel, the president
world leaders, celebrities.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey, whoever the fuck, like, all these fucking people are all being targeted by this quiet cabal of teenage girls. Fuck my life.
And no one's ever heard of them before, so that was their power, was anonymity. And they could take out the most powerful people in the world.
It's like, I mean, with Gaza, we should just, hire them, it's like, hire them. Take them down, girls. Go get them. Fucking Charlie's Angels times 100 fucking people. Yeah, go take them down, please. For Christ's sakes. All right, here we go. I'm giving it like the hour mark. I might be out of here because they already drew their conclusion already, right? And
you got 2.5 minutes, Michael. What you gonna do?
He's got nothing. Let's hear it. Let's hear it though. Here we go.
Rejoinder that Edwards and Cassell cooked up before New Year's Eve in 2014, that the strategy was to use that filing to basically extort Wexner and say to Wexner, look, if you don't want what we just did to Dershowitz to happen to you, pony up. And
that also doesn't mean that they're...
which means you're saying Wexner's guilty.
In a way, yeah. But like what you said in the last video.
There's some shit in there. So Wexner, there's a reason why you might get attacked in court, where we'll prove that you did some scandalous shit.
What you said, I think in the last Epstein, I think it was Tracey too, the last Epstein video with Tracey, and I think you said, like, well, if someone does a settlement, it doesn't mean like anyone's guilty or like you don't know because it got settled before you can like come to a conclusion or anything. So like, this means nothing, Michael. It really sorry, as far as like court filings and all that shit, it means nothing anyway. For truth,
equivocally offering. Give me $10 million and this doesn't become a court case or a civil lawsuit is a form of settlement.
Yes, and it could be some rich guy like, I don't want the headache, just take the money and I'm done, right? Or it could be, fuck, I'm guilty. Do you want this money? Yeah, take the money. All right. I'm out of here. But I guess Michael doesn't know that. That's hard to believe.
Right.
This sweaty fuck.
And that's why settlements are closed, because both sides get something for it.
Yes, and there's NDA signed and all that shit, right? They're like, okay, let's just throw this in the garbage, just keep this quiet, and move on. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, here we go.
And that's okay.
Here we go.
It's that there were secret settlement negotiations with Wexner. So who knows how much money these people made?
What kind of evidence did he have?
Good question.
He spoke to Wexner's wife, and Wexner's wife said they had talked to the lawyers. He spoke to Wexner's lawyer, and the lawyer indicated that there were like negotiations underway. And then during a deposition of Dershowitz,
it's not evidence. The question Dick Hernia asked was, "What kind of evidence was there?" Well, the obvious answer is it's a settlement. You don't fucking know. But Michael Tracey says, well, somebody talked to the lawyers.
His wife talked to the lawyers, so and
there's your evidence.
If you're willing to settle, you might lie to the fucking lawyers, right? Just cause, just to okay, no news getting out, no leaks, no nothing. Let's keep it quiet. It's pretty.
Right.
He's pretending like life doesn't exist or society doesn't exist. He's like a fucking weirdo about this. Like, why are you so fucking stuck on this, Michael Tracey? It's weird. Here we go. I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Dershowitz brought up the possibility that these secret settlement negotiations
this is
took
something
place.
Else.
And one of the lawyers at the David Boy's firm, Sigrid McCauley, I think her name is, or I always screw up her name. This woman lawyer interjects and says, I object to Dershowitz saying this because it could reveal confidential settlement information.
Oh. Yeah, you're not allowed to bring that in.
I was trying to tell you, I didn't know a few weeks ago exactly, although I suspected how Gouffre got in touch with that Sharon Churcher Daily Mail journalist. It was through Edwards. And then because Edwards was desperate to track down this Virginia Gouffre because he saw the Jane Doe filing, right? And the Jane Doe filing suggested that Virginia was different from the rest of the Palm Beach girls in that she at least claimed to have been to have flown around on the jet with Epstein, which, she may have at some point. I don't, it's hard to know exactly.
Roll back when he says
but Edwards was desperate to track down this person. And so, he picked up information about who she might have been and then sent this Sharon Churcher off to Australia.
Okay, so you're implying that the lawyer is basically ambulance chasing, I guess, and chasing down okay, your case might make the most money, so let me chase you down and become your fucking lawyer in regards to that. Possibly, but you're still not. It's not illegal, but at the same time, he's not addressing the actual case itself. He's not doing that. He's not addressing actually mainly. There's other videos of Michael Tracey going over the case, right? But then this video in particular is supposed to be about the fucking transcripts and the fucking audio. Where is that, Michael? It's all about Virginia Gouffre. She's apparently Epstein. She's the real Epstein, apparently. She's the real one. Holy fucking shit.
Michael.
He's got 30 seconds, and I'm moving on to this other. I want to play this other video because just to add some levity of okay, here's someone actually listened to the audio and also showing the transcript. Seriously, it adds the point of why I was watching this in the first place. I thought he was gonna go in here and debunk all of it, right? He's not even touching the fucking thing. He mentioned it little lines here or there. He's mentioning it, but he's not actually going over the fucking things. I have to leave at that point.
I linked something in the voice chat for you, so once you're done with this video, go ahead and just glance at it. It's in writing, but it's Michael Tracey, so.
Oh, God. All right. Here we go.
Just wait 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds, because I don't think he's going to go anywhere with this either. Here we go.
So this is the story of how Bradley Edwards found Virginia Gouffre.
No. The story of how Virginia Gouffre ended up getting contacted by Sharon Churcher, the Daily Mail journalist, which then resulted in the Daily Mail first public sort of expose or public article essentially on Virginia Gouffre, for which was paid $160,000 and published the Prince Andrew photo.
Okay, go back because we were talking about something.
The photo?
I'm sorry. Explain to me a little bit more. How did they track her down?
Was the photo real, Michael?
So Sharon Churcher contacted
Michael. Ghislaine said the photo was fake. How come you're not addressing that? Where's that at? Give me a couple more seconds.
Who she knows to be representing other alleged victims.
Okay.
Trying to find whoever the Jane Doe was, who said in a certain filing that she was different from the Palm Beach girls, in that the rest of the Palm Beach, in terms of how Edwards was able to refer Churcher to Gouffre. I just know that Edwards was the one who referred her.
Okay.
And the burden of proof is on the government to show that somebody is guilty beyond a reason.
Okay. I understand that, Michael. I understand. But we also have eyes, ears, and brains, and you're not on the jury. You're not a prosecutor. You're not a defendant. You're not a judge. You're not a fucking government member. You're a fucking journalist. So why are you asking questions in one area but not the other? In which case, I'm I'm fucking done with this fool, bro. That was like, what was that, like 40 minutes of nothingness, I guess? Let me say, what'd you put down? Oh, wait, what was it topic? Yeah.
Voice chat. It's
The
muck ruck. Zoom
Yeah.
in on that when you look at it.
A Day Ago by Michael Tracey. All right, this has to be on screen, bro. Let me put this on screen. Change stream.
Then the next one, you can still see it on there. You can see the Dave Smith attack. Not the whole thing, but how he starts off.
Dave Smith and the pedo panic. I saw that. Yeah. You guys can't see this. It's wait, can you? Yeah, you can. I think. But hopefully YouTube can as well. Looks pretty clear. All right. Ghislaine Maxwell just drove a stake through the heart of Epstein mythology. It's rather stunning that Ghislaine Maxwell had never spoken to a U.S. law enforcement officer or even been approached by one until July 24th, 2025, after she'd been sitting in federal prison for 5 years. Or at least that's what she told Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General, in an unusual but highly illuminating proffer interview, the transcripts and audio of which were made available on August 27th. Okay.
Just think about what he's admitting to right there.
Yes.
He doesn't understand why she hasn't been interviewed by the police in 5 years.
Well, there's that, but it's like highly illuminated. Like, who is this guy, bro? What the fuck? This is so bizarre. Like, if I go with the conspiracy that let's say Michael Tracey, okay, Michael Tracey like knew Epstein or something like that. He like best buds with them, or Michael Tracey underage sex with girls or whatever the fuck, or dick pics or some weird shit, right? Even if you were guilty of that, there's no way you would behave the way Michael Tracey's behaving. This is weird. This is some weird pathological expression I'm looking at. I'm going right to this guy, straight up. Not saying believe what this guy's ideas are, but I'm saying like he at least showcases the audio and the fucking transcript. What the freak? Here we go.
Hey everybody, Dr. G here. I'm a clinical and we're going to be doing we're going to start with this couple of quick things.
He apparently has some sort of expertise in body language and I guess interrogation or forensics of things. So here we go.
Wanted to make sure you know this is not subscribe if you want to see more content. We have the transcript as well as actual audio recordings of this interview. We're going to be using both. I'm going to be using clips from other interviews. I'm going to help you better understand what a liar and manipulator Ghislaine Maxwell is. I'm just going to be highlighting certain elements of this interview.
Once again, don't just believe that. It's just this is his point of view. Does not mean just automatically like believe what he's saying. Right? It's just saying like that's his point of view, but he's also going to showcase things and explain what he means like in a normal human way. You know what I'm saying?
And he has a background of determining these things.
Yes. Well,
so
once again, I don't
that's
think that
what he's saying.
Yeah.
I know. I'm saying from his point of view, he's saying I have a history of determining analysis.
Yes. Now, if he did a thing and he's going over like Todd Blanche's like background, like here's why this guy's bad. That's fair enough. Just don't spend 90% of the fucking video on that, right? Like actually go over the thing that you're claiming to talk about, right? Of the transcript and the fucking audio. Yes, it's important to know about the background of Todd Blanche or Virginia Giuffre or, you know, Virginia Giuffre's like lawyer or his fucking partner or his boss, right? That's important. But to use that as like why the entire thing is bullshit is fucking crazy. You have to actually lean into the fucking thing that we're given right now, which is this fucking testimony or whatever. Yeah, good.
I hope he doesn't go into Boeing's bad because they sold Jeffrey Epstein a plane once.
Oh, okay. We're trying to hear about Maxwell? Yeah, that'd be kind of crazy, right? For 24 fucking minutes. Well, Boeing first originated in 1910 or like I don't want to hear that shit. All right, here we go.
So much more I could cover. I will probably ultimately do a second video, but I want to highlight what I think is most important. All right, let's just jump right in. First, we're going to listen to Ghislaine Maxwell addressing whether or not people were secretly recorded.
I never wired nor saw a single house that had any type of inappropriate, let's say, video surveillance. And I'll define that for you. Inappropriate surveillance would mean in a bathroom, in a bedroom, in any...
I'm sorry to back up a bit, but for the YouTube audience, I had to turn the volume up. It's like the audio actually, like from the direct files, are dog shit. They're really bad.
Yes.
So be warned, when this guy's talking, it's going to be pretty loud. So, and when Ghislaine's talking, it's going to be pretty quiet. So I turned the volume like pretty high up. So it might, like, watch your ears is what I'm saying.
All right. You might have to adjust it.
Yeah.
As in the viewer of this video.
Yes. So, fair warning, watch your ears. Might get loud right now. Here we go.
Recorded.
I never wired nor saw a single house that had any type of inappropriate, let's say, video surveillance. And I'll define that for you. Inappropriate surveillance would mean in a bathroom, in a bedroom, in any private area of a home.
In a room where there were
this guy
massages
debunks
given.
it.
You do not believe a camera exists, or a video camera, or a camera that takes pictures inside any of his residences.
Correct.
So even the appropriate cameras that you just talked about, which would be kind of exterior security cameras, did you know whether there was any cameras that you're aware of inside any of the locations?
Never, with one exception.
Okay, what's the exception?
The exception is Palm Beach.
All right, I'm going to stop here for a second. So basically, Palm Beach, they said somebody was stealing things, so they had a camera set up to catch that. That's the only exception. So if that's the only exception, I want to show you this picture from the New York Times from a few weeks ago. This is an image that was released by the New York Times inside of Jeffrey Epstein's townhome in New York. Now, I want you to keep in mind, this was released on August 5th. This interview was done July 25th. So she did not know that publicly. We now know that Jeffrey Epstein, in fact, if you look right here, had cameras in other rooms. We know this for a fact. It was not just this room either. So when she thinks the public only knows specific things, that she then lies with impunity because she does not believe anybody can challenge it. And this is how she lies.
Now, I can't say I know. Although that, like, if you try to match up corners of the room as far as the corners we see, something is there. They call it a camera. I don't know. I guess the New York Times is calling it a camera. Fair enough. And that is not your front porch, right? That is a bedroom, right. Clear as day, right? I'm just saying, like, I can't say I know anything.
It's a creepy bedroom, too.
It's not creepy. It's actually kind of artistic, actually. The use of blue and all that stuff.
It's too bright for me. Too bright for me.
That bed's way too small for me. Like, right? You don't want, like, sunshine in your fucking room when you wake up and shit. It's fucking beautiful.
No, I want pitch black when I fucking sleep.
It's nighttime when you sleep, so when you wake up, it's whatever. All right, here we go.
Manipulates. She believes the public only knows certain things, and she lies based on those parameters. She's really upset by the idea that Virginia Giuffre had a picture with Prince Andrew. She constantly talks about how it's fake. We're going to cover that later. That is an actual piece of evidence that's publicly available, so she gets very upset by it. She does not know that we, in fact, know that Jeffrey Epstein did have cameras in other rooms. That is also covered in the New York Times article. So we know for a fact this is a lie, on top of the fact that other people have reported that he had hidden cameras around, and she absolutely would have known that. Now we're going to...
I don't, once again, do not take any confirmation from any of this, from me, from this guy, obviously from fucking Michael and, Dick Hernia, or Ghislaine. Like, actually look at it yourself. But I'm saying, like, yeah, there's my opinion, and I guess other people here, is like something's not right here. And this guy goes through actual transcript and audio. But all right, here we go.
Listen to Ghislaine Maxwell talking about how Jeffrey Epstein and Prince Andrew initially met. Just listen. We got a lot to talk about regarding this.
There come a time when Mr. Epstein met Prince Andrew?
Yes.
And others in the royal family, or just Prince Andrew, as far as you know?
Well, so as much as I can piece it together, first of all, let's just state I did not introduce him to Prince Andrew. I did not introduce him to Prince Andrew or to Sarah Ferguson. That is a flat untruth. Stop.
So she is unequivocally denying that she introduced Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein. Let's hear what Prince Andrew has to say about that, and then we're going to listen to the rest of what she says.
He was your guest as well. In 2000, Epstein was a guest at Windsor Castle and at Sandringham. He was brought right...
Has to say about that, and then we're going to listen to the rest of what she says.
He was your guest as well. In 2000, Epstein was a guest at Windsor Castle and at Sandringham. He was brought right into the heart of the royal family at your invitation.
But certainly at my invitation, not at the royal family's invitation. But remember that it was his girlfriend that was the key element in this. He was the, as it were, plus one to some extent in that aspect.
Am I right in thinking you threw a birthday party for Epstein's girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, at Sandringham?
No, it was a shooting weekend.
A shooting weekend?
Just a straightforward shooting weekend.
All right, let's go back to listening to Ghislaine Maxwell's version of events.
And Sarah had called Epstein and had arranged with Lynn, or I don't know now, I'm speculating. Anyway, long and short, he met Andrew at there.
And I'm not holding you to an exact date, but when
we can date it from that picture, if you find me the picture.
But do you know, without looking at a photo, in your mind, approximately when was that?
I want to say it was 2000, no, probably 2001, 2002.
Early 2000s.
Yes.
And I think it was actually Prince Andrew himself who suggested that he met Jeffrey Epstein through you.
I think that's true. So
he's about to say what I like my natural reaction was, which is you can't guide her in a direction, right? You have to like let her say that herself, right? You can't like fill in blank like pause. You can't like fill in blanks for what they're saying, right? You can't just right? It's like leading someone in a direction. You can't fucking do that if you're trying to like actually investigate something. But at the same time, the circumstances off rip were not actually investigations to me. In my humble opinion, I don't think they're actually like trying to like find something. They get the early statements, right? When you first click on audio, right? Trump is brought up pretty early, I believe, right? They clear his name. They clear up some other bigger names. The end of it is also clearing up names, and that's the point. Nothing to do with any actual any investigation. It's an insult to our intelligences, and it is what it is.
Right, and that's why we need open court where the prosecutor could have called for Prince Andrew as a witness and declared they were a hostile witness, and then say, so how'd this meeting of you and Epstein happen? And what about Ghislaine? And then let them fucking fight back and forth right there in front of everybody.
You need...
like
for that, you
have
need
him
legit
testify,
people.
Then call Ghislaine to testify. Let them see them actually arguing about the facts.
At this point, you need like a legit judge, legit defensive person, defender, and legit prosecutor. You need legit legitimacy. Otherwise, I'm smelling bullshit everywhere. Like, look at the way that Todd Blanchard, I felt like he like led her there. I think the guy says the same thing. It's just like, well, then what are we doing here? It's like, these people are not the people to be questioning this stuff, or asking questions about this, or prosecuting, or whatever the fuck, bro, or investigating in the first place of evidence or whatever. Like, it's bullshit off rep to me.
It sounds like rookie shit too.
Yes, this is your deputy AG, bro, and he's like guiding her, right? Okay. Here we go. Here we go.
Do you see how quickly she turns? As soon as she finds out other people have information, she just flips it as though that's what she's been saying the whole time. I think that's true. She literally just explained how that was not true. And yet, when Todd Blanche introduced additional information, she had latched onto that and immediately changed it. And this is how she manipulates and lies. She's very good at it because then
Todd Blanche is trash on
immediately
purpose.
Starts talking about how he's correct. But she
or
was just
trash.
seconds ago saying
Todd
the exact
Blanche
opposite.
is maybe her on her team at this point.
Like this guy's gonna bring up the weird pauses of like they ask a question, right, and then the whoever, right, I guess the teams or Todd Blanche or Maxwell's lawyer, like, okay, can we take a break now? Then they come back. Like,
Okay, so
like at random points, it's very weird. Yeah, God.
So that's why you don't have video, because it could be like Todd Blanche, like getting big-eyed, looking at Ghislaine, saying, "Hold on, hold on." And I think it was actually Prince Andrew himself who suggested that he met Jeffrey Epstein through you. Big eyes looking dead at her.
He's doing the finger roll. He's like, keep going. Yeah. Okay. He's like nodding his head, like, yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Good. Good job, kid. That'd be some Naked Gun ass shit, bro. If that was the case, we had video footage of it. It'd be some Naked Gun looking ass shit, like comical. Fuck. All right, here we go. But yeah, he's gonna bring up points where he's like, "Yo, are they fucking like taking pauses with certain questions, and then like coming back with like a?" Not saying it could be sus, might not be.
Worked out answer.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's sus or not. I don't know personally, but the entire thing itself is sus to me. That's why like everything's in question to me. All right, here we go.
A little bit frustrating to me that Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche did point this out to her. Why not just let her continue to dig herself into a deeper hole to see whether or not she's telling the truth? Giving her additional information helps her correct her story. Yeah. In my mind, at least to me, in a forensic setting, that is not helpful. That gives liars and manipulators something to work with. So frankly, I wish he hadn't said that to see where she would ultimately go with it, because now she can correct her story and add details that she wouldn't have otherwise. Now,
that's how I feel about the 100 people. At first, when I first saw the headline and on Twitter, and I won't lie, it was Trump fans. They were saying like, "Oh yeah, Ghislaine gave up 100 names." I was like, "She did? Holy fuck!" But then I looked into it, and so it was like them giving her 100 names. Where I'm like, "Why are you feeding her fucking shit? Make her like account for every little thing, and then maybe later on be like, okay, all right, you didn't mention this name. Is anything in regards to this person or that person? You have dummy names, you have real names, whatever, as far as like where you're concerned at, right? For investigation purposes." But instead, they're just like, "Yo, here's 100 names. What do you think?" And it's like, that's not how you fucking do that. Like, what the fuck? You're feeding her fucking answers for her to like work with, and that's what that is too. It really is like feeding, and it looks sus on Todd Blanche and the whole. Let's be real, the way they're all handling this, bro. The whole DOJ looks sus, and the FBI, and then Trump himself, right? It all looks fucking sus to me. But all right, here we go.
Now we're going to listen to her talking about a photograph of Virginia Giuffre and Prince Andrew. Virginia Giuffre is no longer living, but she has talked extensively about this, and that's part of why Ghislaine Maxwell is in prison right now.
Do you think it was just misstated, or do you think it's literally a fake photo?
I believe it's literally a fake photo.
Who asked that? Who asked that? Wouldn't you be like, well, okay, to be fair, I think I don't remember. Like,
no, there's not fair about that.
No, I'm saying like
you do not. I'm not gonna give you the out of saying a fake photo. You might come up with it on your own, but
I'll be real.
I'm not gonna.
Okay, I'm trying to remember.
Come out of my mouth like that. No.
Yeah, but I'll be honest. He might have just asked a question normally, and then she might have said fake. And then she took then she took it further, obviously, because she said it was fake. So it might not be like him leading. Well, no,
it was. I just heard it.
No, that's audio, but there's cutoffs, right? There's fucking transcripts before that and audio before that too. And he might not have said it was just fake outright, or asked a question like, "Is that fake?" So, all right, here we go.
What do you think that?
Yeah, you can see that right
well,
there.
First of all,
very top. You were asked about the photo. You said actually thought the photo was fake, right?
Okay, so there's previous.
Yes. Yeah.
Getting to that point. Okay.
Yes, I think I actually heard that. Not in this video, but in the actual thing. Here we go.
I don't remember it. We'll stop.
But
right, okay. But the outfit I'm wearing
yeah,
is the outfit from my mum's birthday party.
Let's hear what Prince Andrew has to say about the same subject.
He provided a photo of the two of you together.
Yes.
Your arm was around her waist.
Yes.
You've seen the photo.
I've seen the photograph.
How do you explain that?
I can't. Because I have absolutely no memory of that photograph ever being taken. I can't
explain it.
So I know I said that this is not a body language video, but there are so many signs of deception right here. So many signs of stress. I do not believe a word he's saying right now.
This guy's opinion, not mine.
I've never seen Epstein with a camera in my life.
I think it was Virginia Roberts' camera. She said a little Kodak one that...
I've never seen Epstein with a camera in my life. What the... Who says that? Those are the things that you don't remember, right? It's like, has Jeffrey Epstein ever held a camera? Well, I wasn't thinking about it. But for him, he has a definitive answer of, yeah, I've never seen him with a camera ever. Like, who says that? It's the same thing as like Trump saying, I don't draw pictures. I never draw pictures. Like, who says that? That's such a weird fucking answer to these things. But maybe they're trolling us. I don't know. Here we go.
Yes. I do not believe a word he's saying right now.
I've never seen Epstein with a camera in my life.
I think it was Virginia
Epstein with a camera. Who says that?
Kodak one that she lent to Epstein. He took a photo, and
here's the thing. I don't sweat. He's gonna do this in this interview. I don't know if they're gonna cover that, but
I don't know. If
I don't sweat.
Yeah, he has a disease. Yeah,
that he's overcome now. It was temporary, no sweat disease.
Fair enough, but like the idea of like, I've never seen him with a camera. Who says that? No one says that. What they say is like, yo, I never seen him with that girl before. Right? That makes sense. But I've never seen him with a camera? That sounds weird to me. Or like I said, the Trump thing. I've never seen him. I don't draw pictures ever. Like, who the fuck says that shit? That's so fucking weird. All right, here we go. Repeating myself.
I think it was Virginia Roberts' camera. She said a little Kodak one that she lent to Epstein. He took a photo, and your arm is around her waist.
I don't remember that photograph.
I don't remember is also a phrase that Maxwell uses over and over again during her interviews.
I'm just trying to understand. There's a photo inside Ghislaine Maxwell's house. Ghislaine herself is in the background. Why would people not believe that you were there with her that night?
He looked weird.
I might well wish to believe it, but the photograph is taken upstairs, and I don't think I ever went upstairs, so I don't remember ever going up there. I'm at a loss to explain this particular photograph. If the original was ever produced, then perhaps we might be able to solve it, but I can't.
You can.
Now, both Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell have talked about the original on multiple occasions. She's talked about it many times. So there's something about the fact that they keep going, well, if you can find the original, then maybe we could prove it. To me, that says, in my own personal belief, I don't have any evidence of this, but I'm just telling you what I think. I think that probably means that they had the original and they know that that's destroyed, because both of them, for whatever reason, always think about the original photograph. And if you could find it, maybe it would be different, but there isn't one. The strange part of that being that it wouldn't be that hard if you were going to fake a photograph to have a printed out original, so to speak. So the idea that that's what they think about, to me, suggests they know something about what happened.
Hit pause.
Now we're going to listen to Ghislaine Maxwell.
What year are they claiming this to be? Where it's still, you got to go to the fucking Kodak and develop film.
No. The actual photograph, I think, is from the 2000s or early 2000s, maybe 90s. It's held as like Gouffre, right?
Well, original means they're talking about like.
Oh, the actual like canister inside of the camera to get printed out. Is that what you're saying? Okay.
That's what they're referring to, isn't it? Or the special cameras back then that would still be like you had to develop it yourself in a fucking black room.
No. You'd give it off to a fucking pharmacy and ShopRite or Walmart or something like that. They fucking develop the fucking pictures for you, right? That's like that
but
old school.
it's still the idea. It's still the idea of an original because you're not.
I might have bleeped that right there, but I don't know. Personally, the explanations for this, it doesn't make sense to me. And once again, I cut the Michael video off with what is it, 10, 15 minutes left. This was not brought up of the photograph of how is that? It's fake? Is that a lie to catch someone on? That's kind of crazy.
Hey, and also, both Prince Andrew and Ghislaine Maxwell had years of freedom before Ghislaine was arrested to get together and clarify we need to say this photo is fake.
All right, listen. You were wearing blue shoes. I was wearing red. We were here at 8 o'clock. Okay, right? Good to coordinate that. Thank you. Right? Just coordinating stories together and shit like that. That's honestly, that's human or sociologically human shit, right? People do things like that. But for some reason, apparently the only thing trustworthy is the official denominations of the DOJ or the court filings, according to Michael Tracey. It's actually yo, man, I'm not stupid. I'm not saying I know everything's a big cabal of conspiracy. I'm not saying I know that. I'm saying you're definitely hiding evidence though. You're definitely hiding shit. That's pretty clear, right?
How do you trust the people that broke the founding of the country's laws, as in the Sixth Amendment, where you have a right to a public court and determine for no announced a reason this needs to be a secret court case?
It's a matter of national security, bro. Sorry. National security. National security. We can't. If you hear this, the stock markets will crash, governments will fall, planes will fall out of the sky too. Whatever's bad will happen because we people find out about things. Duh. Our main reason.
So I'm supposed to trust this same court now, Michael Tracey?
Yes. Do it.
We're going to classify it all, and then I'm supposed to trust you.
You just do it, bro.
It's not called good faith. That's called blind faith.
True. But
we're not talking about God. We're talking about faith in human beings.
All right, I'm gonna let Walter White's brother-in-law cook. Here we go.
Think about, to me, suggests they know something about what happened to the original. Now we're going to listen to Ghislaine Maxwell talking about the Epstein list.
Did you know of the existence of any such list?
There is no list. We'll start with that. The genesis of that story,
That's when you stop her as a questioner, and you're like, okay, well, implied by list. Is there a group of people that Jeffrey knows about to pick out and be like, okay, this guy's part of this, or this guy's part of that, or this lady's part of this? Not necessarily a quote unquote list, right? You'd almost cut her off right there, right?
actually trace for you from its absolute
I think they do that anyways, but I might have stopped it right there. But here we go.
If that is what you're interested in.
Well, first, you know,
he said it is.
There is no list.
Dude, look at your deputy AG. His answer to that was like, it is. If that's what you're interested in, he's like, it is. Like, no. Not from you, Todd Black. Like, no, that shouldn't be your answer. Here we go. I'll play it again.
Any such list?
That being that it wouldn't be that hard to think about, to me suggests they know something about what happened to the original. Now we're going to listen to Ghislaine Maxwell talking about the Epstein list.
Did you know of the existence of any such list?
There is no list. We'll start with that.
How do you know that?
The genesis of that story I can actually trace for you from its absolute inception, if that is what you're interested in.
Well, first, you know, to be short, there is no list, there's no client list, nothing like that.
No, there's nothing like that.
That you know.
That I obviously.
That you know.
Okay, so you say you think you know the genesis. So go ahead, tell us.
This is bullshit.
I'd like you to know that I have brought some supporting corroborative evidence.
Well, tell me what it is too, and then we'll get the corroboration.
Okay.
Wow, she's allowed to provide evidence.
This is a long.
This is a long story.
Yeah,
let's take a break. Yeah, let's take a break.
All right, the time is 2:03, and we're going to take a break right now.
Very interesting that that's when they chose to take a break. There's another spot later on we're going to see where when the timing of the breaks is always around the most important things.
October of 2009 from Brad Edwards. He allegedly tells them that he has come across a piece of evidence that belongs to Epstein.
Not Jeffrey.
That contains a list of all of his clients and victims, underage girls, massage therapists, and his and the men who are having sex with them. And Brad Edwards becomes a cooperating witness, confidential informant for them.
All right, so what we're hearing right now is that there in fact is a list. Whether or not she thinks it's legitimate, there unequivocally is a list of exactly what everybody has always said the Epstein list is. So we're going to skip ahead a bit because it's a very complex story. But in essence, she's saying that someone created a fake list, that they admitted to creating fake evidence in the Epstein case. And then we're going to hear the last part she has to say about it.
Factual.
I'm wrecked. Imagine like you're some sort of I guess a depositioner or questioner or whatever the fuck, right? And you're talking to like R. Kelly, right? And you're like, you know what? This like you base your questions off of like MTV News instead of like investigation. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, yo R. Kelly, is there a list? Hey man, is there a list
of all the girls I peed on?
It's like,
yeah, of course, I got that right here. You want to look at it?
Is that like
you can select?
Is that like lawyer fucking like let me investigate the thing fucking questions? Hey man, is there a list? You don't fucking do that, right? Am I tripping? It's like almost to like satisfy like the dumbest amongst us, I think. See, look, they asked if there was a list and there wasn't. See? We got our answer now. Like that's fucking stupid.
It was like a shopping list / matching list.
It's like everyone knows that's not what's meant by fucking list. It's not a fucking a fucking scroll from Game of Thrones, just like unroll it onto the ground. And the first name is Bill Clinton. Like no, it's not fucking Santa's fucking list for naughty and nice kids, dude. Like what the fuck?
Which one would you like to write today? I'll write her name next to yours.
The point is that, like, we know better, And even if, once again, the majority of the population believed, like, okay, there's an actual list with all bunch of names on it, Todd Bland should be smarter than that, right, guys? If he's not, why the fuck is he there? And why the fuck is dumb fuck Pam Bondi his fucking boss? It's pretty simple. Okay. Are we this stupid? All right, I think we're this dumb, I guess. All right, here we go. I'll play. Like 5 seconds. Here we go.
Evidence in the Epstein case. And then we're going to hear the last part she has to say about it.
I mean, have you seen the list even fake? Like, do you know?
I haven't seen it, but
So I was confused.
so I guess my thing is that what Brad Edwards says in all of these things
So she just said she hasn't seen it. It's going to get more complicated. Let's keep going.
is in the paperwork and whatnot. And then, so all this story is basically controlled by 5 people. There's 4 alleged victims that speak about the list and the blackmail and the men and the sex and whatnot. And the lawyers, and now the prosecutors, sorry, the Southern District of New York for sure, but no one else. None of these stories carry from any of the 44 alleged original victims. They never ever say that they were farmed out to anybody.
But the list itself?
Yes.
Where is it?
There is no list, but Brad Edwards said that he created the list. Sorry, he created a list. So in that book that Alfredo Rodriguez produced that became evidence, Exhibit 52 in my trial, it has markings all over it, circles and dots and whatnot. And Brad Edwards.
So she just said she has not seen this list, and yet right here, she's describing it. She is remarkably inconsistent.
Says that he got Alfredo Rodriguez to mark up the book of all the people who were involved. It includes Alan Dershowitz, for the record, who's marked. I don't remember.
By the way, this Alfredo Rodriguez is the same guy that Michael Tracey brought up to, I guess quasi debunk Whitney Webb. Demanded a retraction or a correction, like desperately did apparently.
Wait! What are you saying?
Michael Tracey did a video on his own, right? And it was like, it wasn't a reaction. It was like his commentary after the fact of Brianna Joy Gray and Whitney Webb on the Bad Faith podcast, right? And he's like, we need corrections here, okay? And the Alfredo Rodriguez guy was one of the things that was brought up, but not necessarily for testimony. It's more so like, okay, how did he die? He didn't die in jail. He died from cancer when outside of jail, basically. And Michael Tracey threw a hissy fit to, like, I guess, make Brianna Joy Gray correct that thing that Sebs was saying earlier, of like the demand for a correction of this borderline minuscule, but okay, it's all important, so fair enough. But he made a whole, fuss about it. I didn't do the video on that one yet, at least, but it's also a very weird take from Michael Tracey, again, about this stuff. But, yeah, we could be on a crusade, be fair enough. So. Here we go. Here's more.
Yet, right here, she's describing it. She is remarkably inconsistent.
Says that he got Alfredo Rodriguez to mark up the book of all the people who were involved. It includes Alan Dershowitz, for the record, who's marked. I don't remember what it does with Donald Trump. I don't know. You'd have to look. I don't have it. But
So the list that everybody, the black book, the list. What you're saying is that your Exhibit 52 from your trial, which is like more of an address book or Rolodex type thing, that Mr. Rodriguez, Alfredo Rodriguez, your understanding is that somewhere along the way he went through and kind of marked that list to say...
I don't know where that book actually comes from.
Okay.
I don't know what that book is. That book is some type of a compilation, but what it is it's just pieces of paper with type. So if you could have made a list.
So she's all over the place. It's a fake list. There is no list. The list was made up by Brad Edwards and then marked up by this person, but I don't know who marked it up, and so on and so forth. She's so remarkably inconsistent. You cannot take anything she says seriously. But one thing that's very clear is there's some kind of list that's got some kind of markings on it that were somehow meaningful to her, even though she claimed they didn't mean anything.
Yeah, Exhibit 52 that you and I cannot look at.
You just can't trust what Ghislaine Maxwell says. Nothing she says is consistent or trustworthy. Now,
I'll be fair here, because this is a guy making content. And also, I didn't watch past this point, I don't think. But for me personally, like, he could be leaning into content like, yeah, you can't trust this woman no matter what. Everything she says, disagree with. I'm saying more of like, take it in as like, okay, here's another piece of a perspective of someone directly involved in this case. Like, use that like as like a thing. Don't just like dismiss anyone. Find out their point of view and find out if it makes sense. All right? Yeah, God.
Until you and I are allowed to look at Exhibit 52, you and I have no point reference to anything. And then we can consider, did Bradley Edwards fake this list or whatever? We can't even look at the piece of paper called Exhibit 52. So, what the fuck?
Unless you're Michael Tracey. He has like psychic powers, he can see it. But or be honest, just trust Ghislaine. That's all you need. Just trust Ghislaine and you're good. All right, here we go.
We're going to listen to her respond to questions about Jeffrey Epstein's death.
I think you said this in an interview, but if I'm wrong...
Okay. I think I did see this, partially.
Do you have a view of Mr. Epstein, of whether he committed suicide or whether something else happened?
Let me help
these... Take a break? Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Another break. But I'd be like, hey, how do you think Jeffrey Epstein died? Because there's... Like, how do you think he died? That's it. And let's like step back and let her guide you everywhere you want, like anywhere. And later on, okay, is this your confirmation? You believe this truly? Okay. Well, okay. There's evidence pointing the other direction. Then you showcase that evidence after she confirms what she actually believes. But feeding it like that is crazy to me. But here we go.
Mr. Epstein.
Sorry, I can't get over it.
Of whether he committed suicide or whether something else happened.
Complete suicide. Not that.
Can we take a break?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can take a break.
Once again, another convenient break with another incredibly important question. So once they come back, we actually have to skip ahead a couple of minutes before they get back to that question.
Do you think that the third point you say, which is kind of a failure by the BOP, there's been a lot of, there's an OIG report, there's an SDNY investigation about that. You think he did not die by suicide, given all the things we just talked about?
I do not believe he died by suicide, no.
And do you believe that,
this answer's crazy.
do you have any speculation or view of who killed him?
No, I don't.
And I ask that because...
Obvious, that's why.
If you don't believe that there's any truth to the allegations of blackmail or that he had kind of a list or that he had reasons to have people hate him, why would somebody kill him in prison?
It's war.
In prison.
You notice how long that pause was. She is trying to gather her thoughts because he just asked her very directly, do you have any speculation as to who it was? She's saying she doesn't. And now she's going to speculate as to who it was.
Just war.
Here I am. They will kill you, or they will pay, somebody can pay a prisoner to kill you for $25 worth of commissary.
Do you think there's somebody...
Now, when I heard this the first, I'm like, are you like, because you're this bro, filthy rich. Are you using like stereotypes from like popular movies or something? They just want to rape you and then kill you and stab you 24/7 for $5 of Doritos in your commissary or some shit. That's
and
what it
she had
sounds
to
like.
adapt to 2025. Nobody would do it for $5 these days.
For the ramen noodles, bro. Yo, give me those ramens. I'll kill Epstein right now. Like, people know who, like, high-profile people are, right? They know that if they, like, probably get caught by killing someone that's high-profile, it's like, they're fucked. Whatever sentence they got, they're gone for longer, right? But
Unless there's a conspiracy and they're paid Goku money to get rid of him.
If they're the steroided ex-cop that killed 4 people and you're his roommate, it's like, maybe I take that,
right.
$25 million commissary instead of $25.
Or maybe the guy that killed 4 people was a fucking lunatic and he just killed people because people were around.
Yeah, let's put Jeffrey Epstein in that jail
Let's
cell.
put him next, right?
Fuck.
I mean, we got options here. We got options. But nah, $25 worth of commissary. Not 5, not 10, 25.
He has like a tech about like, is your initials J and E? They are. Names his last 5 victims. Johnny Edwards. Like, no. Epstein's like, get me the fuck out of here. All right, here we go.
4.
She paused for a while there.
$25 worth of commissary.
25? Is that enough?
Do you think there's somebody on the outside of prison? So putting aside.
I'm sorry for pausing again. This lady doesn't know the difference between $25 and $25,000. My guess. She's like, what do you poor people do? $25? It's like, yeah, that's so fun. She has no idea the difference between $25 and $25,000. It's fucking peanuts either way. She has no clue. All right, here we go.
$25 worth of commissary.
Do you think there's somebody on the outside of prison? So putting aside what could happen on the inside, on the outside of prison, who wanted him dead so badly that he would have, or she would have, caused him to be killed on the inside.
I think I don't see that. I think, is it possible? Of course it's possible, but I don't know of any reason why, and I don't believe in the blackmail or in any of this. I don't think Epstein had a hit.
Epstein?
Like
you were dating this
if
guy
it is
for
indeed
a decade, right? Or longer than a decade. Why is his name Epstein to you? Maybe, okay, be fair, maybe the lawyer told her yo, say Epstein, not Jeffrey. Because if you say Jeffrey, it sounds too familiar. So that's fair enough. Okay, here we go. It's still weird to me though. It is.
But I don't know of any reason why, and I don't believe in the blackmail or in any of this. I don't think Epstein had a hit on like that. If it is indeed murder, I believe it was an internal situation.
All right. So I don't think, once again, that anybody buys that either. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. She was asked in a previous interview about his death, and she once again had reiterated
for a bag
the
of
fact
Cheetos, man, I'll kill anyone.
But she didn't say, I think he was murdered by
kill
another
my
inmate
cellmate
because that
for
happens
a
so much
bag
in
of
prisons.
Cheetos.
She just said that she believed he was murdered. So to me, this seems like this is her signal that she's not a threat to anybody, that she's not talking, she's keeping her mouth shut, and she's not going to speculate that it was anybody that she knows or anybody that it could be. So do I think that she actually believes that it was another inmate just because somebody wanted to kill him for no reason? That seems exceptionally unlikely, particularly given her previous interview.
It's for $25 of commissary, dude.
To keep him quiet, or because he had information on rich and powerful people. That's what do you have any reason to believe that that's true?
Why would you say that? You don't say that, right? You try to hear the whole thing and assess it. You don't say not because you had things on rich and powerful people, right? Is that what you're saying? You don't say that as a questioner. Any context. There's law, philosophy, anything, right? You don't do that. Lead them in a direction like that. It's a real answer at that point, but all right, here we go.
to keep him quiet, or because he had information on rich and powerful people. That's what do you have any reason to believe that that's true?
I do not. I have any reason to believe that, and I also think it's ludicrous, because I also happen to think if that is what they wanted, they would have had plenty of opportunity when he wasn't in jail. And if they were worried about blackmail or anything from him, he would have been a very easy target.
And she knows that this isn't true. If in fact he kept blackmail material on people, he probably had some reasons and some ability to release those blackmail materials if something happened to him. However, when he was behind bars, he could have cut a deal. He could have talked to somebody. The dynamic was completely different. So her suggesting this, it seems completely ludicrous. And this is what she does. She talks about these ideas that are ludicrous as though it's totally normal and just makes things up. She just manipulates. She lies constantly. Now we're going to listen to her brief.
I mean, you should give more focus to the questioner at that point, right? It's like, according to this article from MSNBC, did you actually sleep with this man at this moment in time where Jeffrey Epstein was in the same room and it's all on videotape? Dude, is that true? No. All right, thank you. Next question. This girl over here accused Jeffrey Epstein of doing this and said you were there too. Are you guilty of that? No, I'm not. Thank you. That's what he's doing. Like, you're not supposed to do that as an investigator. Like, it's stupid. You're feeding them things that they could actually, like, believe it or not, there's people that are innocent that, like, cop to things that they weren't actually a part of because of questioning, pressure, social pressure, being neurotic about the scenario, maybe nervous, like, they'd be a goody two-shoes, right? But if they're in, like, a cop interrogation room, they'd be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Right? You can, like, lead people into answering questions a certain way if they're not psychologically as strong enough, right? That can happen with a lot of people. So that's not good enough. That's not good enough, guys. From Deputy AG, that's not good enough at all. Especially with Ghislaine, who's probably been prepping for all this shit for years. Let's be honest. This is my way out? Okay, I'll be ready for this. She's prepped for it. Be honest. Heavily prepped. All right. Let's keep going. I'm playing the whole video at this point. Michael wasted my time enough. Let's keep going. Here we go.
Briefly talk about President Trump as well as whether or not any masseuses were recruited from Mar-a-Lago.
And did you ever hear Mr. Epstein or anybody say that President Trump had done anything inappropriate with masseuses or with anybody in your world?
Absolutely never. In any context.
Do you know whether masseuses from Mar-a-Lago Spa ended up giving massages to private massages to Mr. Epstein? And I'm not asking for what you may have read, but from at the time, from your personal knowledge, do you know whether that's true?
I don't recall. Is it possible? Yes, but I don't remember that. So I don't recall that, but it's possible.
Do you have recollection of you ever recruiting a masseuse from Mar-a-Lago Spa to go give a private massage to Mr. Epstein?
I've never recruited a masseuse from Mar-a-Lago. So that, as far as I remember, I can't ever recall doing that.
So per usual, she doesn't.
Fuck my life, dude. It's just leading so harshly, right? Like, Josh, Dubster, have you ever had gay thoughts? No, I've never had gay thoughts. Well, I have my answer. Let's walk away now. Let's leave. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Anyways, here we go.
Call whether or not she recruited anybody. Let's hear what President Trump has to say about it.
This guy is taking people from the spa. I didn't know that. And then,
why am I catching strays, bro? I didn't say anything to you.
We don't.
Go back to sleep, little fuck.
As far as I remember, I can't ever recall doing that.
So per usual, she doesn't recall whether or not she recruited anybody. Let's hear what President Trump has to say about it.
This guy is taking people from the spa. I didn't know that. And then when I heard about it, I told him, I said, listen, we don't want you taking our people, whether it was spa or not spa. I don't want him taking people. And he was fine. And then not too long after that, he did it again. And I said, out of here.
Mr. President, did one of those stolen, person. Does that include Virginia Jeffrey?
I don't know.
It was this 14-year-old
I
asking
think she worked
questions.
at the spa.
He looks so. He's such an old man. I guess the karma of making fun of Biden. You could tell, like, even his spray tan has makeup on top of it. This fool looks disheveled as shit. Like, this video is like so HD that I'd never seen this like version of this. I've heard him say this stuff before, but I had not seen like quality of video. He looks like a fucking mess, and that questioner looks like they're like 12 or something. No offense, sir.
Person. Does that include Virginia
The fucking child. Look at her.
Jeffrey?
I don't know. I think she worked at the spa.
So it seems pretty clear that Ghislaine Maxwell has, once again, a big lapse in memory with something that is in fact verifiably true. Now,
Trump saying that is not verified for me. Sorry, that's not a truth now. All of a sudden, because he said that.
He said, yeah, he said, I think she worked at the spa.
If that lady's, I'm sorry, I think this guy's like out of it, to be honest with you. But if that girl said, yeah, and you know, Daffy Duck worked at Mar-a-Lago, didn't he? And Jeffrey Epstein stole him. Yeah, I think that's his name, Daffy Duck. Yeah. Just the way he looks, like image-wise, he looks like kind of out of it.
She, I mean, they could probably go on records and find if she worked at the spa, but by that statement alone, Donald Trump's not sure who his employees are. He's got too many employees to know.
Exactly. But he did say like a specific answer about, you know, he's stealing my employees. What a creep. I thought it was about the sexual stuff, like he hit on one of your employees and he got mad about it. Well, maybe that too, but he definitely stole some of my workers. He stole them. You mean your workers that turn into, I guess, masseuse/prostitutes, underage prostitutes, or whatever the fuck? Yeah, those guys.
Proud.
Yeah.
Proud prostitutes.
Yeah. Recruited by Virginia Giuffre prostitutes. Thanks, Michael. All right, here we go.
the question is why does she lie about this? And as I've said before, I think it's because she doesn't know what is and isn't public at this point. She's having a hard time keeping track of everything. When Todd Blanche challenges her or gives her a little more information, then she's able to correct her lies. But without it, she just lies. Now, all that being said, one thing that we're not really covering is what she says about President Trump, because most of it is just her saying, I've never seen anything inappropriate. He's never done anything bad. He's great. And all of those kinds of things, which may very well be true, but she's so unreliable.
Said that earlier with the subs. And yeah, and yes, he has a very giant dick too. He's a big cock. Everything to get herself like a lesser sentence. All right, here we go.
He's great, and all of those kinds of things, which may very well be true, but she's so unreliable and so untrustworthy, there's just no point in going over what she has to say about it because none of it can be trusted anyway. There's no proof one way or the other about anything related to that. So I chose not to bother wasting your time covering it because basically all she says is that he's wonderful and that there's never been any sort of negative interaction, which, like I said, may very well be true, but who would know because she lies constantly. Now we're going to listen to Ghislaine Maxwell talk a little bit about President Clinton. We're going to watch two parts. The first one is talking about whether or not he ever got a massage.
Do you know whether, for example, President Clinton ever received a massage?
I don't believe he did.
And what makes you say you don't believe he did?
Well, because I don't. So
that's how you're supposed to actually.
The time that Epstein and President Clinton spent together.
So when someone says that's a good question, particularly the way that she did, followed it by laughter, means I don't have an answer prepared for you.
The only times, I believe. Well, obviously they traveled.
I don't believe, but
there's that, they went on the plane 26 times or whatever. That would be one journey. So they spent time on the plane together, and I don't believe there was ever a massage on the plane. So that would have been the only time that I think that President Clinton could have even received a massage, and he didn't, because I was there.
So here is a picture of President Clinton getting a massage from someone who worked for Jeffrey Epstein.
Like, I have not seen this. I watched that part of or listened to that part of the fucking audio. I read that part of the fucking transcript. I did not have this photo in my memory or whatever at all. And Yeah. I don't know who that lady is. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It could be actual like, who knows? I really don't know. All right, here we go. It looks real.
This is when he was hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein. He clearly got massages literally in public. So you think he would do this but not do it on the plane? That seems highly unlikely. But here's the bigger issue. Why would she lie about it? Why would she deny that he got a massage? Because she said the massages were no big deal. There was nothing inappropriate about them. She never saw a single thing that was inappropriate. It was all above board, no big deal. So why would
she said, actually, I think she said that Bill was more of her friend and Epstein was kind of like the tag along, right? I think she was saying like her and Ted, or Ted Waits or whatever the fuck, the Gateway guy. Those guys were closer friends with the Clintons than Jeffrey was. But here we go.
Would she deny that President Clinton ever got massages when he was around Jeffrey Epstein?
Do you know one way or the other whether their relationship continued without you, like when you kind of moved on past Mr. Epstein?
I don't believe so.
Why do you say that you don't believe so?
Because I don't think they had a relationship even when I was there. President Clinton liked me, and we got along terribly well. But I never saw that warmth or that warmth, like however you want to characterize it, with Mr. Epstein and Mr. President. So I didn't see that. I didn't see any interest in. I didn't see President Clinton being interested in Epstein. He was just a rich guy with a plane.
Despite what Ghislaine just said, this looks pretty warm to me. So why is it that she would lie? Because this looks like it's a trip when they're in Hong Kong. If you look at that logo in the background, it appears that they're in Hong Kong at the time.
That's not good enough.
So why would she lie about this? Why would she say there wasn't a warm relationship between them? In my opinion, she's probably lying about these things because she wants the powerful people whose secrets she knows to know that she is not going to turn on them, that she will continue to lie, she will keep up all of these lies, and that she is not going to change her story.
I mean, honestly, those guys would already know that. Well, but those guys would know that already because she didn't snitch when she was. She took 20 years, right? She took the fucking 20 years. So, I think at that point, if you're like a mafia member, you're like, okay, he's good, or she's good. They took the fucking 20 years, right? They took the pinch. So, if there's some sort of like cabal of fucking conspiracy thing happening, like they'd be like, yeah, she's good, she's solid. She's not a fucking snitch. She's a liar, but we like liars. So come on over. Like, lie to get yourself out. Awesome. Don't snitch though. All right, here we go. And also, like, this picture's not enough for me, but it is worthy of pointing out for sure. I can't say that means like, oh my god, they're so like best buddies with each other. I can't say that, but it is worthy of pointing out. I'll say, but here we go.
We're going to go ahead and stop here. Hopefully this is helping you better understand some of the lies and manipulation that she told.
Okay, he's done there. Fair enough. At least he played some audio, right? Made his own assessments that I can't exactly corroborate personally or even logically for me. But it's better than Michael Tracey. We spent like 3 hours on fucking Michael Tracey alone. And this guy in like 24 minutes did mountains above him. Pause.
Michael Tracey, if for some reason Virginia Giuffre's kids are somehow present in one of your speeches about how she's a proud prostitute, you gonna keep on saying that shit?
I don't think he has the courage, man. When Maxine Waters like bullies you, yeah, you might want to like stick in your room and just use a typewriter, send it in through mail, bro. Don't say it in front of people. My humble opinion. But all right, it's a long video. Overall, Michael Tracey kind of like, it wasn't a full waste of time because I don't let anything be a waste of time, but I think on the surface, what Michael Tracey was doing was kind of a waste of time. Personally, like, just being honest. But you know what? It happened. We watched it. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment whether you agree or disagree. Is there a better video I should be watching? Or if you want us to, like, this would be a marathon, but I would do it. Like actually just like play the tapes and react to it. It's a lot of time. That'd be like a part 3 to 4 thing happening with that one. That's a lot of time, I think. All right, but
Yeah.
I'd consider it for sure. I would if you asked for it. Pause. But yeah, tell me in the comment section. Do not forget to share, support, hopefully donate, and also join the Discord. All links, description box. Please check them out. Do that. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down.